burger at Tucker Deuce. Now I rush more of these sports. Spitting the truth. It's Channing Crowder, greatest Dolphins who rock up 52. Solana one best of Miami, the voice of FIU. We reppin' to Miami, the Heat and the Panthers too. We reppin' for the Marlins, the Dolphins, that's how we do. We reppin' for the Crips, so it's always about the you. Hey Jimmy, please get a Pell on the phone and tell him that it's home. I finally got his name on the song. Can't do him wrong, cause it sounds so sweet. Just spit the facts while I keep the crowd on their feet. Football season be the reason that I be bringing this heat. Georgia music representing 104.3. Hey, welcome to the show.
Welcome to the show. Welcome to the show. So our guy, Georgie, who does that song, you know, we open the show every day with the Hochman, Crowder, Solana, Welcome to the Show theme song. And that is our friend Georgie from Georgie Music, Jorgmuzik. And he was kind enough to make that song for us. And he was kind enough to make another song for us. We used to play in the 3 o'clock hour, but that's how we open the show. Georgie came out today to Raising Cane's, the grand opening in Miramar that Solana and I were at. So Georgie comes out, brought his daughter. She made one of the music videos that we had on before. But Georgie came out, and we were out at Raising Cane's in Miramar, and we gave away some Heat tickets. Mm-hmm. And Raising Cane's, I have to tell you, you've been there. The vibe in Raising Cane's is unlike many other places. It's like there's a vibe when you walk inside. They've got the disco balls, they've got music playing, and there's really cool, colorful artwork on the walls. I haven't even mentioned yet the chicken fingers.
Come on now.
And the toast.
We'll leave out that caney sauce. I don't know what it's called.
Cane sauce.
What?
Yeah, cane sauce.
I'll bathe in it.
Man, we had a really good time. So thank you, Raising Cane's, for having us out there. Thank you to all the listeners who came out to say hello. We appreciate it. Whose guy brought us pumpkins?
Rudy and Kendall.
Rudy and Kendall, thank you for showing up. There were a lot of people who came out to say hello. Vlad came out there, say hello. Always enjoy seeing Vlad. But the chicken and the cane sauce, the toast, the coleslaw, and the vibe was immaculate. And we gave away a bunch of Heat tickets. People are excited about Heat season. And we had a good time. There were a lot of Raising Cane's swag to go around as well for everybody. But that place, you know, when Raising Cane's does a grand opening, first of all, it runs like clockwork even when it's not a grand opening. You ever see the way they do their drive-through and there's like, you know.
Oh, I'm a Raising. The Crowders are Raising Cane's. We're a family of Raising Cane's, yes. There's
like 40 cars, but it goes as fast as any line you've ever been in. They've got the people outside. And it was like, it was a party. So Raising Cane's in Miramar is open, and it's delicious. And I imagine there's still a lot of people there now, but we had a good time. So thank you to everybody. But Georgie, our guy who did the song, was out there, and him and his daughter, super nice people. And he said he's got some other stuff that he's working on for us, but he'll keep it on the back burner until we require it.
Did you say somebody brought you a pumpkin?
Rudy from Kendall brought us a couple, brought you one too.
A pumpkin?
Yeah, a little mini pumpkin. Little mini pumpkin.
That's,
yeah.
That's a weird gift.
wasn't driving around big giant pumpkins.
Did the 20 people get free?
So 20 people got free Raising Cane's for a year. That was way before we got there. That was at 8 a.m. Someone had camped out since 2 p.m. the day before.
Really?
Yesterday.
So that's the day before. Yes, you are correct. Another name for it, but yes, some people will call that yesterday.
You want to hear something funny? Well, when I ride around, I listen to 104.3 now FM. Yeah. And Little Chan was in the car with me, and I heard Solana's commercial about it, 20 people. He was like, Daddy, why don't we pick up some homeless people and drop them off? Because that would help them out to have Raising Cane's for a year. I was like, Chan, I'm not picking up a homeless guy to drive him around to Miramar.
Also, I don't think Raising Cane's wants 20 homeless people at their grand opening. This is the dumbest idea I've ever heard. Love Chan.
But it was
a terrible idea.
But I'm talking about the philanthropic heart of the young crowd. And we rode the Flamingo in 595. There's homeless people that live under the bridge. He was like, Daddy, those two. I was like, Chan, no. I'm sorry.
Yeah, pull up there, go, hey, who wants to go to Raising Cane's with us? Everyone's going to flee.
I'm getting arrested for kidnap. We didn't think this out.
Man, but everyone there wants to talk about the Dolphins. Everyone, because someone came up to me and they said, so what are you guys going to talk about on the show today? And I gave him a look and I'm like, what do you think? And he's like, Dolphins, huh? I go, you can't not talk about them. You really can't. Tomorrow the Heat open and we're going to talk about the Miami Heat, and Jim Larinaga will join us tomorrow. And remember, Solana was out at Heat Media Day a couple weeks ago and asked some of the players, our show specific questions. So we'll do that game show tomorrow. So we'll be able to detour a little bit from it. But you can't talk about anything other than the Miami Dolphins right now.
No.
This is unprecedented. This isn't a losing season. This isn't a season that has a couple of bad losses. We were talking with someone who was a Falcons fan, and he was like, yeah, up and down. And I'm like, we're consistent. Like this, there's, because you consider the Jets game an up game? Because that wasn't an up game. No. That was that was just what it was. And I'm like, this is almost unprecedented.
Yeah.
I don't want to bring up the 1-15 season, but this is what I was making the example of someone I was talking to because I was on a Le Batard show back then. And I said, that season, I remember radio, like you couldn't do anything but talk about your team.
Yeah. And that's why we're talking about it damn near a decade later.
Yeah, you're right.
The surprise
you're
of
right.
it. You have to reference back to terrible to talk about terrible, and this is a terrible season.
But this is worse, man. I'm telling you, this is worse, Hoch, because of the situation the Dolphins are in. The 1-15 season that Crowder was a part of. Correct me if I'm wrong, Crowder. Maybe there were some expectations going in, but nobody was saying this team's headed towards the playoffs. You had a regime change. You had Saban leaving. You had a first-year head coach. You had a regime change. You didn't have a quarterback that you believed in. The team hadn't allocated millions of dollars into core pieces and doubled down on a team. This is worse, Hoch, because you entered this season with playoff aspirations, at the very least, playoff aspirations.
And you kept the brain trust the same. It wasn't, you expect it when, you don't expect 1-15 or 1-16 nowadays. When you make a changeover, though, but this was, hey, we trust who we have. Like, and when you say that in year 4 of a regime, then you believe, like, in year 4, you don't think that you're starting to get things together. You think that you've figured it out.
What happened? 2 playoff appearances, 2023, which now we have to reference that every damn time we talk about this team, the number 1 offense in the NFL, and then you go to 2023 offseason and the team starts getting worse and worse, less talent, and now you're embarrassing yourself and your owner and your fan base.
Yeah.
Let me tell the people out there, I have no references for new GMs. Do you? Does anybody? Hey, Crowder, who they bringing in the GM? I don't know who they're bringing in the head coach, and I know coaches. Who knows the hell who's the GM?
I was telling the people at Raising Cane's today, there's people like blowing me up on direct message on Instagram like it's my fault. I go, I believed in the team. I was wrong. But I really didn't have a say in anything, and I still don't have a say in anything.
Your fault.
But people are like screaming at me on direct message. They're like, you never got it. You never got it. What do you say now? I'm like, what do I say? I was wrong. They're terrible. I was wrong, but I don't have a say in the matter.
You made Tua real relaxed. He was listening to you all off season, not really grinding.
Somebody tweeted at me yesterday. They're like, because yesterday, remember I said, hey, I had it wrong. Chris Perkins had it wrong. Vegas had it wrong. And, I went down the list, and guy tweets at me. He goes, I didn't hear you blaming anyone else in the media when you were picking them to do well. And I go, I'm playing the blame game. It's Chris Perkins' fault. Like, no, I'm just saying it wasn't that outlandish to think that the Dolphins weren't going to be 1-6 after 7 games.
Yeah.
Was that outlandish to not think that they were going to be 1-6 and put up some of the worst quarterbacking performances you've ever seen in your life?
Mm-mm.
Anyway, Sports Talk on WQAM is presented by Paramount Plus. You can't count on much, but you can always count on Sundays with the NFL on CBS and Paramount Plus. Watch your local NFL game live every Sunday all season long. Visit ParamountPlus.com/NFL to get started today.
It's Chris Perkins' fault.
Blame anybody.
It's so funny when that. Listen,
Well,
covering the team has nothing to do with
I love when people tweet at the local media and they're like, this is because you guys have coddled them. And I'm like, what? This is because of what? Because, listen, I think I've said this before. If it's the media's fault that the Dolphins stink, then it's got to be the media's fault that the Panthers have won 2 Stanley Cups in a row. I'll take credit. Like, if you want to give me the blame for ruining the Dolphins, then I have to have credit for putting together a 2-time Stanley Cup champion hockey team. I'm not only taking the blame, I'm taking credit if you're handing it out to media people.
But what fans, when they do that, what they're saying is, why don't you yell at McDaniel? Why don't you yell at Tua? Why don't you yell at Chris Greer? First of all, Steven Ross has made one public appearance this decade, which was when Mike McDaniel was hired. That's the last time he spoke publicly. And the only other time he went on the CBS 4 preseason broadcast and said, Super Bowl, I think that's what we're looking at. And Tua was out week 2 on his back fencing again. You can't talk to Steven Ross publicly. And Chris Greer speaks 2 times a year, which is the draft and at the end of the season. That's it. And it's not the media's job to go up there and berate anybody. That's not the way that the job's done. But I think people, Hoch, that's what they want.
Beyond even talking to the players and the front office, they want you just to come on the air all the time and go, the Dolphins suck. They're terrible. But what kind of show is that? Like, I honestly, like, but they're like, I've been saying this for 4 years. Okay. I'm thrilled for you, because I always go, like, when they put up 70 points on Denver, you knew that they were terrible. Yes, I did. I didn't celebrate that game. I'm like, well, then you're an idiot. Like, if you didn't celebrate that game and think you had something special, then you're an absolute idiot. So anyway, let's do headlines, because I don't get too far behind. We have a lot of guests today. Headlines with Alejandro Solana, brought to you by Doral Kia, home of the Pricito, our lowest price. Visit them at Doral Kia or DoralKia.com.
And spent nearly enough time on Billy Napier getting canned yesterday. Just throwing it out there.
We're all congratulating each other. Yes.
Did you get a phone call Saturday night?
I didn't get a phone call this time, but I knew this was about to happen. I talked about it on the show. Yeah.
Guys, we have our World Series matchup decided. The NBA returns tonight, and we had 2 Monday night football games. Any of you stay up for the second Monday night football game?
I did not.
10 o'clock start?
I did not.
Hey, man, I'm 41 years old.
I lost my money on the first game, and then I was like, all right, not interested now.
Yeah. Tampa didn't like the Tampa we thought they would.
I didn't understand what I was watching. And listen, Mike Evans went out, and Ibuka had a drop that he doesn't normally drop. But Baker Mayfield looked off to me. But I still thought, like, I live bet them plus 7.5 when they were down maybe 2 touchdowns.
14. That was 14-3 at half.
Yeah, maybe that. But I live bet them, I think, when they were down 14-0, but never really panned out.
Damn Lions can go. That Jahmyr Gibbs is special.
Whew.
Right now, he's the best running back in the NFL.
Single-handedly won fantasy leagues or fantasy weeks.
Yeah,
last night. The Lions, I think I'm going to bet them to win the Super Bowl after last night. Maybe that's overreaction.
Just lost a week ago.
Who cares? Did you see them last night?
But I imagine they're one of the favorites, though.
Yeah. Jahmyr Gibbs or Bijan Robinson. That's a tough one for me. Somebody asked me that. I said, either.
I mean, would either of them be having a better season with the Dolphins than Devon Achane? I would say no.
Yes.
Really?
Yeah, they're better running backs. Devon Achane's a receiver.
But
no, Bijan Robinson is the dual threat a step above Achane, because Bijan lines up at number 1 out there at the X and catches balls.
But we might feel differently about Devon Achane if he had a suitable offensive line.
Well, that's what I'm saying.
Oh, you put Achane on Detroit?
Yeah.
He might be leading the league right now, like Jahmyr Gibbs is.
Chiefs are the favorite at plus 500 to win the Super Bowl. Lions plus 650. Bills plus 700.
It's funny what we do with the Kansas City Chiefs. I mean, they're 1-2. Everybody's saying that's it. This era's done. They got to kind of reset things. And 5 weeks later, they're the favorites to win the Super Bowl. Patrick Mahomes is the favorite to win MVP again. They are inevitable.
You got Patrick Mahomes. Pretty much what you got to say. And Andy Reid, that combination. Somebody asked me, is Andy going to retire? I said, not till Patrick Mahomes stops playing football.
Right.
The hell is his job is easy.
Yeah.
And the Seahawks beat the Texans. Sam Darnold, bro. Not that he had like the best game ever, but another win. Seahawks are 5-2. He looks good again in another team.
Not to his future.
You never know.
Oh,
You never know.
We were talking yesterday if he can still throw the ball over 40 yards. Now he's going to go somewhere else and get strong as hell.
Well, again, though, I think he would submit to you that everything has gone south, including the play calling, the protection. I'm not so certain that he wouldn't experience some sort of resurgence somewhere.
I doubt it. And his body type. You think about the guys that go, like Sam Darnold's huge. Daniel Jones is huge. He's little. He's tiny. They're talking about Jaden Daniels now with his little body frame. He's regressing in the second year.
I saw someone, I don't know if it was Barry, I think it was Barry Jackson, tweeted out something along the lines today of, shame on Mike McDaniel for going to bat for Tua to get this big contract, knowing that he's undersized and like now they're really hamstrung. I have to see what this tweet was.
It was relatability. I'm fun. I thought about this. We were talking yesterday after the show. I was going to baseball practice. Tua is a little antisocial and tiny. McDaniel's antisocial and tiny.
They vibe.
They're very like McDaniel's is a coaching Tua.
Looking for the Barry Jackson tweet.
Well, I'll tell you, the World Series matchup is set between the Toronto Blue Jays and the Los Angeles Dodgers. The vibes last night in Toronto
was crazy.
Were insane. They're down 3-1, bottom of the seventh, 2 on, 1 out, and George Springer hits a 3-run ding-dong that had all of Canada shaking.
Rob Pizzola was there, and he was celebrating his ass off. Barry Jackson from the Miami Herald tweeted out, dumbfounded that McDaniel, who knew Tua's limitations more than anyone, size, arm, injury, history, etc., pushed for the extension that has now strapped the team. Why didn't anyone in the room, Ross, Greer, McDaniel, Shore, etc., know that going year to year for 3 years instead of making him a top 5 paid quarterback long-term was safer?
We actually talked about that. I remember that conversation.
Everybody was having that conversation because you didn't have to give him that contract. He had another year, then you could franchise him, then you could franchise him again.
Was that after? But that was after the big number 1 offense in the league year, right?
Yeah.
We just led the world in offense, ran by Tua. Let's do this for another 5. I can argue their side. I was on the side of double franchising. What is it going to matter?
Right.
The thing is, I think the Dolphins were not only fell victim to that season, but they needed it to work. They're looking around the league. They're looking at Justin Herbert and what he was doing. They're looking around the league. They're looking at Jalen Hurts, the fact that he was playing at a top level. They're looking around the league. Jordan Love is winning a playoff game. They needed this to work. And I think a part of Greer was, okay, no, we have this figured out. Sure, there's some injury history, but look, he stayed healthy. We've got our quarterback. It's done. It's finalized. But they got bamboozled.
Well, I don't know if they got bamboozled. They made a decision that they were very close after that season, which I believed. And I think a lot of Dolphins fans, if you went back 2 years, would have said the same thing. Waddle, Hill, Tua, it was working. And so it was like, okay, do we go all in? Which was always my argument. And that's what they did. It was wrong. I don't think they were bamboozled, though. I think they made, like, getting bamboozled is thinking that there might be a market for someone when there is no market for someone. You want to lock them up, something along those lines. I think this was, we've seen enough. The path that we're on is going to deliver the results that we want. So let's not have anything out in the open. Let's not have the Christian Wilkins situation. Let's get everyone in-house because we've got a winning product here.
When I say they got bamboozled, sure, Tua, his stats were indicative of that contract for that season. But when I say they got bamboozled, they did because he didn't stay healthy the following season. They got bamboozled by that 1 year where they were able to stay healthy. And was there a market for Tua paying him that much money around the NFL after one season? I would guess there wasn't. And
if he was a unrestricted free agent after that season, he would have gotten that or more.
I don't think so.
Coming off the 2023 season?
I think there was so much concern.
Have you looked at some of the quarterback contracts that have been given out?
Somebody would have broke him off.
Broke him off.
I don't know if it would have been that much money. I'm not telling you he doesn't get paid. I think he gets the Baker Mayfield, Sam Darnold type extensions.
No.
The questions.
Because they're reclamation projects. This guy was in his rookie deal and lit it up in 2023.
He was a reclamation project within his own team
with
a different head
He just
coach.
had never been given a chance.
Hoch, there was a narrative around Tua that before the first concussion that he was injury prone and that he was no good.
Well, that was coming out of college.
You could blame that. You could blame that on Brian Flores all you want for not giving him an opportunity, not believing in him. That's another conversation. But he was a reclamation project. That's the only silver lining Mike McDaniel has. That he came to Miami, attached himself to Tua, and made him a successful quarterback for at least 2 seasons. But the questions, I think you're forgetting, the doubt and the questions, we did a whole offseason on, should you pay him? It wasn't, does he have the skill? It was, can he stay healthy?
No. I'm not saying in retrospect. What I'm saying is if he was an unrestricted free agent coming out of 2023, that guy would have broken the bank. Young quarterback who's putting up offensive record numbers.
Pro Bowl.
What, like, and had stayed healthy that entire season. Like, he checked every box.
It was one season.
But you
bamboozled me from the outside. Somebody got over on
like
you.
That I think that's where I might be taking issue with you saying bamboozled. Bamboozled would connote that someone knew something but sold you a false bill of goods. I think everyone believed that it was all good and true.
They bamboozled themselves, maybe.
Right.
Or with bad evaluation,
right.
Pulling the trigger too early. Because Tua could still be on this team getting the average of the top 5 NFL quarterbacks. And it wouldn't be 54 next year. If they did the franchise thing that we talked about, he would be making 54 next year. He would be upset, but who gives a damn? He'd be making in the 40s.
Hoch is so wrong. Nobody was paying Tua. Even after that season, nobody wanted him. I mean, you're out of your mind, Texer. You are literally out of your mind.
That was when Baker was getting 33 a year. Those reclamation projects were getting in the high 30s a year. Tua would have got 40-something from somebody.
Easy.
Tua would have got 5 years, 200. We would have, Texter.
Easy.
I think you guys are forgetting the amount of doubt people had that Tua could stay healthy, because even coming into last season, before he got hurt again, and the Dolphins had paid Waddle, and they had paid Jalen Ramsey, and they had paid Mike McDaniel, and they had paid Tua Tagovailoa, people still didn't consider this team for real. They still thought Tua was a product of Tyreek Hill. They still pointed at the Dolphins' record against playoff teams and placed the most of that blame, the lack of success against good teams, quality teams, on Tua Tagovailoa being able to execute in big game moments. I think you're forgetting. I'm not telling you that nobody would have paid him. I'm just saying I think the Dolphins thought if we don't pay him now, somebody else is going to come around and pay him more, and we're going to lose him, when that probably wasn't really how the tenure of the league felt about Tua Tagovailoa. They needed to see him.
Was going to happen.
They needed to see him stay healthy for at least 2 to 3 seasons and have that same production.
We have Heat tickets every hour, by the way, today. Heat tickets every hour. Heat tickets for Sunday against the Knicks. They open tomorrow in Orlando, but we have Heat tickets, and you can hear the game tomorrow right here on 104.3 FM WQAM. You're home for Miami Heat basketball, but we have a pair of Heat tickets every hour. Let's take a caller right now to give away a pair of Heat tickets for the 2 o'clock hour. Why not?
Why not?
I was asking for caller number.
Oh,
let's do caller 1 for Tua. Caller 1, 305-567-0560. 305-567-0560. Caller number 1. And you have to pledge allegiance to Tua, and then you get the Heat tickets.
The Dolphins, they did plan for Tua's injuries.
We're going to go too long. We're going too long
they're
every
out
day.
after next year.
Going too long every day. Wrap up the headlines. Josh Appel is going to join us next. Caller 1 gets a pair of Heat tickets, 305-567-0560. We have another pair next hour, 4 o'clock hour, 5 o'clock hour as well.
Tonight at 7:30. Da-na-na-na-na-na-na. OKC, Houston on NBC. Lakers, Golden State, 10 p.m. on NBC. Your weather, sponsored by Chill Zone AC, featuring reliable Root AC systems. Make your AC great again. Visit chillzoneac.com. 85 degrees, sunny in South Florida.
No. Well, what is that? Y'all got to get to Tootsie's Cabaret.
That was straight Phil.
That's cute.
I don't know why he sings that damn song. Man, Tootsie's Cabaret. Listen, the Dolphins upsetting you. I think the Canes are going to bounce back. If you're leaving Hard Rock, Tootsie's is right around the corner. They're open from noon to 6 a.m. every single day of the year. Get to Tootsie's. Have a good time. Leaving the game, don't sit in traffic. Man, go to Tootsie's. Let the traffic die. Have you a good time. See the beautiful entertainers. 2 floors of entertainment. Everybody knows my table is upstairs against the wall. Been going to Tootsie's for 20 years. I'm going to go for the next 20 years. Take my son there. We're going to have us a good time, man, when he gets of age. Obviously. Y'all got to get to Tootsie's Cabaret. It is amazing. And I'm telling you, on Sundays from noon to 5 p.m., you can get $10 delicious menu. The food is great. They have $100 bottle specials. 4 full liquor bars. There are TVs everywhere. Football, basketball, baseball, hockey, soccer, boxing, MMA. Everything you love to watch is going to be on. And during commercials, there are going to be beautiful entertainers on the stage. You will always have a good time. Every second you are in Tootsie's. And on Sundays from noon to 5 p.m., there's the tailgate takeover. $10 wings, $10 burger with fries, fried shrimp and fries, cheese pizza, and chicken nachos for $10. You can't beat the food. You can't beat the prices. You got to go to Tootsie's Cabaret. They are going to watch out for you. It is a great time. 18 hours a day of entertainment. Man, go to TootsiesCabaret.com for more information.
This is Hoch, Crowder, and Solana.
I'm just saying that I'm Hoch. We talk Tua. Hoch Tua. Josh Appel going to join us in 1 second. Everyone's invited to the party, and it doesn't matter who you are. Your name is on the list at Hard Rock Bet season-long celebration. Sign up today, bet $5 on any game. If it wins, you also score $150 in bonus bets. Got a winning bet and a boosted bankroll. That's how you get the party started. On the Hard Rock Bet app, you can bet anything. Anytime touchdown coming up for this weekend. How about the Toronto LA baseball series? I don't know if I can say what the actual name is, so we'll call it the baseball series. Kind of rooting for Toronto. I don't know why. Of course, you got college football rivalries, upsets, chaos. College football is at its best when you're part of the action. Sign up today, bet $5 on any game. If it wins, you also score $150 in bonus bets. Again, get the party started on the Hard Rock Bet app. And the wait is over. NBA is back. Hard Rock Bet puts the entire season in the palm of your hand, from tip-off to buzzer beaters and everything in between. Check into the game, shoot your shot on the Hard Rock Bet app today. Download the app right now. It's offered by the Seminole Tribe of Florida. Must be 21 plus and physically present in Florida to wager. Terms and conditions apply. If you or someone you know has a gambling problem, please call 1-833-PLAY-WISE. Josh Appel is with us on the Toyota of Hollywood hotline. Before we talk football, I remind you the best place to get geared up with Canes or Dolphins merch is Caneswear in Davie, or online at caneswear.com. Josh is a national broadcaster for the NFL on Sports USA. He will be on the call Sunday for Saints and Bucks. So here's a conversation we were having, Appel. And we're relitigating whether the Dolphins ever should have given Tua the big contract after they gave it to him. And obviously the answer is no. I get it. But what I'm saying is I understand why they did give it to him in the first place. And I was making the example, if Tua was an unrestricted free agent when they gave him, and he wasn't, and they could have had him for 3 more seasons. But I'm saying if he was an unrestricted free agent the year that they gave him that big contract, would NFL teams who needed a quarterback been lining up to give him that contract or more?
First of all, it's weird seeing you guys in studio. I thought you would be in Boston tonight for the Panthers and Bruins because you had talked about it last week.
That's right. Funky Buddha tonight. That's a good spot to watch.
They held out on us.
Official Panthers watch party.
No, not in the budget, Josh.
Quarterbacks who lead the league in passing and have the season he had in 2023 do not grow on trees. There would have been a team out there that would have paid him. Full stop. It doesn't mean it would have been a good decision, but you know how many bad contracts are given out in this league all the time, every year? Someone would have signed him in free agency if it got to that point. And like, I don't love like relitigating whether or not they should have at the time, because now we all have hindsight and now we all see how it's gone for the last 2 years. So of course it's easy to say they shouldn't have done that and they should have franchised him 3 years in a row. You saw, I think it was Hoch who brought it up last segment about Christian Wilkins. Do you really think that Tua Tagovailoa would have just been like, all right, all good, I'm just going to play under the franchise for 3 straight seasons? You don't think he would have made a mess of that and held out and drawn that out publicly? Because I do. He's coming off of that season with all the doubts that he had about himself, or the league had about him. Now it's probably knows he's injury prone. He wants to lock himself up and get him his money. He's not going to just voluntarily come in like that. He would have held out. He would have made a stink. And so, like, to say, well, they shouldn't have given him the big contract and extended him. They should have played under the franchise for 3 years, franchise tag for 3 years. Yeah, that's a nice thought if he would have agreed to it. But come on, there's no chance he would have not caused a stink or held out or something.
Yeah.
And Josh, something else we were talking about where now, fans are cussing out Hawk on DMs. They're catching me at Publix and giving me hell. I thought, like after 2023, Tua's balling. We got Jalen. We have we have Chubb and Jalen Phillips coming back from injury. Teron Armstead still the left tackle. Like the pieces they were putting together, I'm like, they're finally going all in. I got. I didn't think 2024 and now 2025 is terrible. Did you think they were building something? And then what was the straw that broke the camel's back, or the explosion that made us sit here at 1-6?
Yeah, so I was like Hawk. I looked at this team on paper and said, there's no way that this team is, I think Mike Florio had them as the 28th team in his power rankings coming into the season. I'm sorry to Florio.
Right, we crushed them.
Yeah, I remember doing the show that day. I think and I always bring this up, the tipping point here, and what really started all of this was that Monday night against Tennessee, that 2-score lead they blew with like 4 minutes left to Will Levis. You're looking at a home playoff game, a division title, and who knows what happens. I think Mason Rudolph and the Steelers would have been their playoff opponent at home that season. I've been thinking a lot about this, and for the last couple of seasons, we've been doing the league has figured Mike McDaniel's offense out, and he's made no adjustments and no this and no that. And that might be true, and I'm not an X's and O's expert, but I was thinking about it the other day. Is Tua Tagovailoa capable of executing the necessary adjustments from teams that take away the middle of the field? Are they just stuck in this because it's all Tua is capable of doing?
That's what
Xavier
Howard had you believe.
In this current physical state that Tua Tagovailoa is in, I don't know that he's capable of himself physically making the adjustments and making the throws that, quote unquote, the adjustments that McDaniel would have to make to the offense would require, right? Because if he's a threat, throwing it to the outside consistently, not always attacking the middle, then teams have to respect that, and the middle opens up again. But nobody respects him throwing to the outside, ever. So they just take away the middle, and you see what you get.
What's the most frustrating part about watching this Dolphins team fall down to the level of getting blown out by a team as bad as Cleveland? Because we can talk about what you just mentioned, Tua Tagovailoa clearly just not looking like somebody who can make NFL throws anymore. Certainly not his bread and butter throws, 10 to 19 yards. But the penalties, again, in year 4 of McDaniel, just killing you. The offensive line, the defense still incapable of stopping the run. I just wonder, what's the most frustrating thing for you?
The most frustrating thing for me is not anything to do with the offense. We have all seen a terrible offensive line, except for the 2023 season when they put it together and they played well and they led the league in rushing, and Tua was getting the ball out quick, and so the getting pressure on him wasn't a big issue. The most frustrating thing to me is watching this front seven and this defense just wholly incapable of stopping the run at all. Now, they were marginally better against Cleveland on Sunday. They still gave up the big run to Judkins early in the game, but I'm not going to blame them for giving up 31 points. One was a pick six. The other time there was an interception that set them up inside the 5-yard line. The play where Quinn Ewers came in and got blown up and fumbled, that's what I expect that from a 7th-round pick in his rookie season. That's what Tua looked like throwing the interception from his own end zone. I know there was a free blitzer coming through, but there's some kind of breakdown in communication in knowing what's coming or identifying the pressure or whatever it is pre-snap that he missed and the line missed. To answer your question, by far the defense, because I thought on paper going into the season that at the very least they'd be a solid unit. And apparently Calais Campbell and Emmanuel Ogbah and those pieces were inherently important to the infrastructure of this run defense, because Zach Sealer, who had double-digit sacks the last 2 years and was great stopping the run, all of a sudden is a non-factor. And I don't think he got worse as a player. It's hard to explain, but that's the most frustrating part, is I believed in this defense on paper despite what was happening in the secondary, and it still looks like this.
And Josh, explain to me, because we saw 2024, Tua gets hurt. We have Tim Boyle and Huntley, and they can't create an offense. They're getting hell beat out of them. I think they averaged 11 points when Tua was out in that 4-game stretch. Then we say, you know what? We're going to go get us a backup that can win. You give Zach Wilson $6 million. Then if Tua has a bad game, you skip over him and put in the 7th-round pick. I don't know what the hell's going on. I guess they said it's a week-to-week on who plays better. Just explain the quarterback's depth chart to me for the Dolphins.
It's funny to think back to 2023 when, I know we're going to do the thing, but when paying Mike White $3.5 million to back up Tua Tagovailoa in 2024 was too much for this team to handle for the salary cap. So they come out this offseason and they have a little more room, and they give, as you said, Zach Wilson $6 million. So they say, all right, he's got experience, former high pick, he has the tools, maybe he'll be able to operate this offense if something happens to Tua. And he doesn't see a snap at all in the regular season, obviously. And he gets demoted for a 7th-round pick. You just flushed $6 million down the toilet for no reason. I truly don't get it. And I know that they are obviously privy to more things over the course of the week than we are. But when I saw that news, it blew my mind. You're just pissing away money. That's $6 million
and
gone.
you're acknowledging that you got it
Made a
wrong.
mistake.
Like with
Yeah.
all the different backups who were available, like you're acknowledging you got it wrong.
100%.
Staggering to me. That whole thing was staggering. Josh Appel, you can hear him this weekend. Sports USA. He will be on the call for Saints and Bucks. Where is that? Tampa or New Orleans?
New Orleans.
Oh, you're gonna hit Drago's. Get a little.
I'm gonna go to Drago's, and I'm gonna try and go back to the po' boy place that I went to as Coach O during Super Bowl Radio Row, and the what's it called? Cafe Du Monde in the food court.
Right, but try to go to Cafe Du Monde real instead of going to the kiosk.
I went to the real one.
No, you went to one in an empty mall.
That is
with Chris Long.
Yeah, with Chris
Kyle
Long.
Long.
Yeah. That was a delightful Super Bowl Radio Row memory. All right, have a good time in New Orleans, Josh.
Appreciate you guys.
There you go, Josh Appel. As we continue this Tua conversation, which will continue for at least 13 more weeks or so.
3 powerhouse brands have come together, and they all have one goal. It's to save you more money. It is the showdown on the Sawgrass at Edmore Sawgrass Auto Mall. It all starts out with the 2024 Chevy Silverado, and that's walking up driving up right next to the 2024 GMC Sierra. Both of these beautiful trucks with huge savings of up to $15,000 off. But then the 2025 Chevy Equinox rides up, and they got a knockout lease deal for you, only $189 a month. Then the Buick Encore says, you know what? I'm going to stop the show. Lease a Buick Encore for only $139 a month. And the grand finale, it knew it was the best, so it came out last. 0% financing on select models. When the brands battle, you know who wins? It's you. Silverados and Sierras up to $15,000 off. Equinox is $189 a month. Encore is $139 a month. And steal the show with 0% financing. With deals this good, the real champ is always you. And remember, Ed Morris is always in your corner. Visit Edmore Sawgrass Auto Mall or go to edmoresawgrass.com.
You're listening to the Hoch, Crowder, and Solana Show.
Crowder.
Hawk.
Crowder.
Hawk.
Unk.
you. And I do know that I want you. Let's dance.
And shout. Think about it onto the ground.
All right, that'll be the only upbeat moment on this show for the next 3 hours. No, someone's going to win Heat tickets, though. Heat tickets every hour. Solana's very excited. Miami Heat open their campaign tomorrow in Orlando. And their home opener is Sunday. Well, I didn't even realize. What time is it a night game on Sunday?
6 p.m.
All right, so you can watch the Dolphins game if you want to, and then catch some Heat basketball.
You say it like that.
Who do they have? They have Orlando Wednesday, and who do they have before the Knicks?
Memphis on Friday, and then they play the New York Knicks Sunday. They play 6 of their first 8 on the road.
So they're going to start 0-3. There's no question. Who do they have after the Knicks?
Why do you say 0-3? There's no question.
Because Orlando's much better than them. Memphis is much better than them. And the Knicks are much better than them.
You think the Heat are trash, man.
No, I think I'm more realistic about them than you are.
That's fair.
That's
fair, but I don't think they're incapable of competing against some of the better teams in the NBA.
I didn't say that they were incapable of competing.
But you're not you're putting them down for 0-3 against 3 good teams.
Well, what do you have them after those 3 games?
3-0.
This is a 41-41. They'd be happy.
Who do they have after
Yes.
the Knicks? I'm putting you on the spot here because why would you have the schedule memorized?
I should. They have I'll tell you right now. I know 6 of the first 8 are on the road. They have the Hornets at home on Tuesday.
Okay. Who's on the Hornets?
Nobody.
All right. So there you go.
You got a Hornets win.
You got 1-3, and and you move on from there. I have something. Wait a second. I have something about NBA teams.
You want to hear their road trip after that Hornets game?
Do I?
I don't know if you do. Spurs on the road.
Yeah.
Lakers on the road.
Ugh.
Clippers on the road.
I was going to say, are the Lakers very good? I forgot they had Luka.
LeBron is out with butt pain.
That is true.
Pain in the ass.
Right.
Mhm.
I'm playing through it.
And then the Nuggets. Those are the
They could legitimately start 1-6.
Easily. Well, Solana's looking mad, but easily.
Yahoo. I have this Yahoo story. NBA survival guide. Best and worst case scenarios for all teams in the NBA. You want to know the best and worst? Let me click on the Heat here. Best case scenario for the Heat. That's according to Yahoo. Bam Adebayo, Tyler Hero, and Norman Powell form the foundation of a competitive team. Maybe not one that can contend. This is best case scenario, by the way. Maybe not one that can contend, but competitiveness is key, and they always seem to have it in Miami. That competitiveness is contagious, bro.
Hey.
And the Heat enjoy the fruits in the form of progression from more than one of Kasparis Yakuchonis, Kalel Ware, Jaime Jaquez, and Nikola Jovic. They are more than just prospects. They are pieces that can both help the Heat win games in the near term and sweeten any pot for whenever the next superstar becomes available.
So about 500.
Worst case scenario, if everything falls apart, the defense craters in the long-term absence of Jimmy Butler. The offense is no better, even in the presence of Powell, and the Heat are just meh. That meh extends to the younger generation, and there is little more than mediocrity from Yakuchonis, Ware, Jaquez, and Jovic. Maybe they make another play-in tournament. Maybe they get a lottery pick out of the deal. But it's not a group that inspires a superstar to say, hey, I've been wanting to play in Miami, and now's the time I could win a championship with that roster. Worst case scenario, according to Yahoo.
50 wins would be amazing.
Yeah.
That's what. So 41-41 is just.
You want to know what the over-under is on the Hard Rock app? Let me look. Do you know what the season win total is?
I do not. I would guess it's floating around 40, 39.5, 40, 41.
Yeah, 500.
Right, but I mean, 50 wins last year is 4 seed in the East. That's what the Pacers were.
That's what I said.
You don't need if you're the Miami Heat this season, I mean, Cleveland's going to be good. Can they win in the playoffs? We don't know. They have to prove it to you. The Knicks are going to be good, but are they really a title contender? Maybe in the East right now, but they couldn't beat the Pacers last year. The Celtics,
the Eastern
the
Conference
Pacers,
Finals, and the divisional. We're trying to make the playoffs. You're
Over,
bad,
under,
You're bad mouthing teams that are. You just said Cleveland's good, but can they win the championship? No, they're going to the playoffs. They're a playoff team.
You want to know what the win total is on the Hard Rock app?
40.
37.5.
That's close for me.
37 is what they were a year ago. That's what they won last year. 37 and 45. And downplay the Jimmy Butler saga all you want. That bleep matters, man. You had a guy who for a month of the season was pretty much telling you, bleep you,
right.
I don't want to play.
Right. But now you also don't have him at all.
You don't.
So that is like, you know what I mean? It's probably equal.
What did you add? A rookie in Casper?
Well, Casper Siakuchonis.
Well, Norman Powell, though.
Norman would be the big
Norman, but that's not just acquisition. That's a really good acquisition that they gave up absolutely nothing for.
No, I think it's a great acquisition.
We're not talking about the movement. We're talking about the talent.
Right. They're better this year than they were last year after trading Jimmy Butler, and throughout the entire month-long fiasco that was Jimmy Butler not trying and standing in the corner until finally the Heat had to say, hey, go home. We're starting Haywood Highsmith over you. They're better this season. I'll give you this. It's going to be tough at the beginning. No Tyler Hero. They have to figure out how they're going to run this new offense while still upholding the standard defensively that they need to play at in order to stay in games. And who's their closer? Who's the guy that's going to get the ball? We hope it's Norman Powell, but we have to see how it plays out. So I'm with you. Early on, this might not look great. But to sit here today and say that the Heat aren't better than they were a season ago, I think you're looking at it from a totally
season ago with Jimmy Butler, or you're only counting the part where Jimmy Butler wasn't part of the team?
No, the team that ended the season last year.
Okay, better than the team that ended the season.
Sure, got you. Norman and the young guys. And then, but Spo hates Khalil Ware. Who's our other big? Triple J?
Niko Jovic.
Oh, here he goes.
Heat to make the playoffs. No is minus 160. Big favorite. Not even to make the playoffs on the Hard Rock app. Yes is plus 130.
Yeah, people feel like they're a play-in team again. 9-10 seed. They're going to be fighting for a play-in seed.
Rookie of the year, Yakachonis, plus 5,000. Cooper Flagg, minus 185.
Oh, yeah. Forgot about him.
Did he ever have rookies of the year? Because Spo doesn't like young guys.
He doesn't really love to play rookies.
It's a complicated matter with Spo when it comes to rookies. He'll play them, especially if they're first-round picks. But, man, that leash is so damn short.
You know, I have a bet. I sent it to you guys a while ago, but I did put in a bet. I think it was a bonus bet. Yeah, $10 bonus bet. Zion Williamson to win MVP at plus 15,000.
Because he lost a couple pounds?
He looks like a man.
Oh, Lord. Here he goes.
Zion Williamson. MVP, baby. All right, let's do headlines here. We do have Heat tickets to give away. We'll do it sometime this hour. Every hour we have Heat tickets to give away for Sunday's home opener against the New York Knicks. Headlines here with Solana, brought to you by Doral Kia. Home of the Pricito. Our lowest price. I got to get this all on one page. Visit them at Doral Kia or DoralKia.com.
What's your text size? Good grief.
You don't have all your stuff at 340 fonts?
What is your font? God,
Hey, Marchie is back in Boston today, man.
Yeah.
The Florida Panthers.
Yeah. It's a big one tonight. And they're on a 3-game skid, right? Or is it 4 games?
4-game skid. They're 0-4 on the first 4 games of a 5-game road trip.
That's considered bad usually.
Yeah.
Losing 4 straight, I would not define it as good.
Let's see here. Panthers tonight, minus 150 favorites. Bruins plus 130 dogs.
Bruins stink too. They're 3-4 also.
And we've stolen their soul many times. How about Brad Marchand? Goal.
Yes.
Plus 165. That might be the play tonight.
Yeah, got to.
It's
right?
at plus 165 only.
Yeah.
You would think people are hammering that.
Aren't they? Aren't they going to cheer for him? Or is hockey not like that? 'Cause
No,
he's
I think they're going to cheer for him.
so. You have both sides cheering for
Yeah.
you.
I don't
Yeah.
know, man. Are they? Are they?
I
gonna
I
cheer
think
for
they'll
him?
cheer for him if they did equivalent to introductions. They don't usually introduce the road team. They're not going to cheer for him if he scores a goal or if when he handles the puck, probably going to be booed.
Yeah, I don't know because
But I think you're going to see a ton of Marchand jerseys in the crowd.
yeah, but I guess he didn't ask to go to Florida. He didn't tell the Bruins, "Hey, trade me to Florida." Boston, the front office received a ton of backlash from the fan base for trading him, but also trading him to the Florida Panthers. That was the one team.
Which might be one of the reasons that they cheer for him.
Right.
Kind of like a Bronx cheer to the organization.
But there was a lot of, I think, hope in Boston, Hawk, that he'd play this season with the Panthers and then, hey, fun little time, let's go back to Boston or just go elsewhere. But he has fully assimilated himself.
Well, he won the cup. Had they not won the cup, had they petered out, had he not be embraced by the fans and his teammates or whatever, you may have seen him back in Boston. But you couldn't script a better move from Boston to South Florida for Brad Marchand than what happened last year. Guy's swimming in a blizzard. I mean, a Dairy Queen blizzard. There's no blizzard here. He has a swimming pool filled with Dairy Queen blizzard, as far as I know from sources, in his backyard.
I don't think so.
I think he does. You could take the whole swimming pool, turn it upside down. Nothing's going to come out.
That's where Barkey's been icing his knee.
He just sits in the blizzard pool.
So that's tonight. You can, of course, listen to the game here, FM 104.3 WQAM, but it's also getting the ESPN treatment tonight.
Yeah, let's go.
That'll go head-to-head against the start of the NBA season. Oklahoma City will raise their banner, and they get the new look Houston Rockets tonight. Kevin Durant makes his debut with his 17th NBA organization.
Let's see here. Rockets.
Thunder's -6.5.
Yeah, 6.5.
Rockets got a squad.
They're legit
here.
good.
Yeah.
Legit good.
SGA over under is 32.5. KD 24.5.
Oh, KD over.
You feel like it, right? But does he want to kind of feel out his place in new team, new surroundings, make sure everyone's involved?
In his mind, this is the Houston Durants right now.
You think?
He changed the name on his jersey to Durants.
I don't know. I'm
KD.
going Amen Thompson over 14.5.
I like that little fella.
What you're going to see are giants on the court in red tonight. First of all, KD going back to Oklahoma City. That factors in because it's OKC.
Still?
I think it does.
Okay.
Because he could have gone back there this offseason too. It would have been weird. They had just won the title. Kevin Durant.
That would have been funny, actually. I hadn't thought about that. He just keeps going wherever somebody wins a title.
Y'all real good, huh?
Kevin Durant is the shooting guard on this team. Their shortest player in the starting five for Houston is 6'7", which is Amen Thompson. Everybody else is at least 6'11". Everybody.
They got to be favored to win it this year.
Warriors tonight are 3-point favorites on the road in LA.
Oh, LeBron's out.
Right, but
Luka
is playing like.
Is it just Luka? I don't know. Do they have some dogs over there?
Yeah, but
little bald head white dude still, or receding hairline white dude.
How about Jimmy Butler? Over under is 17.5 tonight. Under, right?
Well, does he the two? LeBron's not there. He has to now step up offensively.
No, he's
on
in
Golden
Golden
State.
State.
I'm crazy.
Kuminga.
Oh, I wouldn't
Steph.
I wouldn't bet a penny.
Well, I'm just trying to figure out where Buddy Hield, Draymond.
Did you see the Jimmy Butler comments? Throwing some shade.
I don't know, but he does that wherever he goes. He's like, now I'm finally with a good organization, or but he says that everywhere.
He's going to talk bad about him. Give him 3 months.
He loves. I mean, if you go further into the comments, he's like, I like someone's got to be the bad guy. Like, he really likes that. He loves that.
Yeah.
But I think the comment Heat fans are upset about is him saying, I get to play in this wonderful league with amazing teammates, but being here, they've only got one goal: to keep hanging those things up on the wall. ain't no hidden agendas.
Yeah.
I read that. What was the hidden agenda? Is it anything? Or he, like you said, he's just making up
freeze
something
him out.
nebulous.
That was the agenda. Freeze him out. Sign him to a big contract. Freeze him out. I mean, it's stupid.
I
It's so
can't
stupid.
even
Like, what do you?
anything.
Like, you're telling me that the Heat's agenda wasn't to win a championship? It's why you're here, dummy.
Just made you the one, gave you your money. Come on.
We got the World Series set. Toronto, LA. Game 1's going to be Friday, I believe.
I'm so torn because I'm rooting for Toronto because I like the story and I'm a fan of Rob Pizzola and he lives in Toronto. But I have this game-worn Shohei jersey that I enjoy wearing, so I'm just torn.
The Dodgers are about to win. Just let me break it to you.
We'll see.
It's not fair.
Oh, they're loaded.
They
now.
win every year. The salary cap.
They won one year.
They win every year. The salary cap is the lack of salary cap. Their combined roster is $7 billion.
Yeah, but you know what? How'd that work out for the Mets?
And the Yankees?
Yeah. Well, Yankees made the playoffs at least. How'd it work out for the Mets? Giant payroll. Bop.
Let's go Blue Jays.
All right. Anything else in the headlines?
It'll be a sweep.
The Dolphins didn't practice today. They're off. Thank God. No comments coming out of
Rondé Gadsden, by the way, is going to join us in the next segment. His son, OG the second, went crazy. Chargers lost, but went crazy.
Gates
yeah.
Record.
Yeah. And from what I understand, Antonio Gates was a pretty good tight end.
He was hell. Trust me. Don't look at the highlights or lowlights of me. That joker was crazy good.
Yeah, but even bad tight ends burned you.
Hey, man, Algie Crumpler was deceptive with his belly.
Anthony Fasano looked like Ronaldo Nehemiah running by you.
I locked down Fasano.
Your weather in South Florida right now, it's 84 degrees. Tonight, the lows are going to drop into the low 70s. There is a bit of a disturbance out in the Atlantic, or I guess it's now moving into the Gulf of Mexico. Melissa, I believe, is the name of the storm.
Hoch. Oh, I'm sorry. You were saying the name of the storm. I thought you looked at me and said Melissa.
Yeah, it's Melissa.
Thank you. I thought you forgot where you were. You looked at me and you went, Melissa? No, Hoch. I'm Hoch, and that's my friend Channing.
Melissa sounds nice.
That's too nice a name for a hurricane, right?
Melissa.
Right? That's too nice a name, Melissa.
Mimi ain't coming this way.
But was Andrew like some extremely intimidating name?
It wasn't Melissa.
You could say Andrew aggressive though.
Because what was
Andrew
Katrina?
That's an intimidating name.
Are you joking?
Hey y'all, Katrina's here. Oh, y'all tighten up.
Over Melissa?
Hey, Melissa
brings
arrived.
donuts for the office.
She's not coming. She's about to arrive.
Katrina steals your pocketbook.
Yeah. Katrina slaps children.
All right, that's your weather. It's brought to you by Chill Zone AC. Featuring reliable Root AC systems. Make your AC great again. Visit chillzoneac.com.
Let's give away heat tickets before you tell us about Delaware and before Rondé Gadsden joins us. Let's give away heat tickets. We have heat tickets every single hour. Heat open tomorrow. What time is the game tomorrow? 7?
Tomorrow's at 7 p.m. in Orlando.
And the game Sunday's at 6 p.m.
6 p.m. at the Kaseya Center.
Let's give one pair away to caller number. Gotta see what the script says. What's that?
I might make it Sunday. I'm a single dad this
I'll give
weekend.
you $1,000 if you end up at the Heat game Sunday night.
Because I'm a single father. My wife's going to Atlanta for a music festival.
Yeah.
I got the kids by myself. That'll be a great daddy thing to take all my kids to the Heat game.
Somehow I feel like one of your family members are going to end up watching the kids while you're at Tootsie.
Well, you know, when I go to Heat games, I don't actually watch the game. I go to the club downstairs.
What caller number do you want to take? What number does Jimmy Butler wear for the Warriors?
Is he not 22? Up there, I was going to say number 12.
4?
Drew Smith.
Who are you going to attach yourself to this year?
Drew Smith.
Is it still Niko Jovic?
Oh,
Niko Jovic. Love Niko Jovic. Drew Smith.
Okay.
So which caller number do we come up with?
12 for Drew.
All right. Caller 12 for Drew Smith, 305 567 0560. What are you going to tell me? You changed his number?
No, Jimmy Butler's 10 in Golden State.
Oh.
Yeah.
All
Let's go with 12.
We'll go with 12.
Yeah.
The hell with that guy. Did he do anything funny for their media day?
No, he did not.
Didn't do emo Jimmy. He's locked in now that he's with a quality organization.
He's locked in over there.
Yeah,
Yeah,
okay.
no hidden agendas.
Yeah,
Media day seemed like he attacked the Heat.
Yeah.
Like that was his agenda.
305 567 0560. Caller number 12. 305 567 0560. Rhonda Gadsden, Senior, is going to join us in the next segment.
I love this time of year, football, baseball, basketball, hockey, but it's also stone crab season, and Delaware Chicken Farm and Seafood Market has the freshest, the best stone crabs. They'll crack them for you. Before you get there, they have the mustard sauce. Oh, my goodness, the stone crabs are here, and Delaware Chicken Farm has the absolute best, but they have it all. The lamb, the beef, the veal, pork, poultry, duck, turkey, lobster, shrimp, fish, scallops, oysters, clams. They have so much delicious seafood, so much delicious meat. Sides are there as well, whole meal. Sides are made in-house daily and fresh. They have chicken, fried and roasted. They have burgers. They have sandwiches. They have all the food you need. The dips, buffalo chicken dip, smoked tuna dip, smoked fish dip. That's tuna. I'm telling you, it's the best fish dip you ever taste. Go to DelawareChicken.com. That's the website, DelawareChicken.com. See the entire menu. When you know what you want, call them in advance. 954-983-6831. That's 954-983-6831. Place your order. It'll be packaged ready when you get there. Tell them to crack those stone crabs. They'll be ready to eat as soon as you walk in. They will bring the food out to your car. Curbside delivery is available because my man Jose, the owner, his amazing staff, some of them been there for 20 years. They've been serving me since I got down here in 05. They just want to get delicious food back to whatever function you are going to, wherever you're going to eat, eating with people, weddings, anniversaries, tailgates. If you're eating by yourself, romantic dinners, get it from Delaware Chicken Farm and Seafood Market and Yacht Provisions. Going on a yacht, get the best food. You have a nice boat, get the best food on the boat. Come on now. And support local. That's what Delaware is about. They've been in the Hollywood, Florida area since 1951. Get to Delaware Chicken Farm and Seafood Market. They are located on 441, 1 block south of Sterling Road. When y'all get down there, grab your Crowder powder. They have all 3 blends of Crowder powder there. Get you some stone crabs because it's the best time of year, and tell them Crowder sent you.
This is Hoch, Crowder, and Solana.
Khalil?
All right, Rondé Gadsden in a second. First, I want to tell you about my good friends in the amazing award-winning team at Doral Kia. Right now, you can choose from a huge selection of Kia models like Sportage, Sorento, and Telluride. And with over 500 new Kias in their inventory, all you have to do is just pick the color you want. Nobody sells for less. And with flexible financing options, they'll get you the best rates possible on the new Kia of your dreams. And I've mentioned before, my son got his Kia K4 at Doral Kia from Mitchell, the king of Kias, who will take great care of you as well. So why pay more? Save money and pay less. The great deals are at Doral Kia. Before we bring on Orande, one reminder, Rock the Ocean's iconic music festival Tortuga returns to Fort Lauderdale Beach next April with Post Malone, Riley Green, Kenny Chesney, and more. We're giving you a chance to win 3-day passes for you and a friend. If you want to enter, go to the contest page at WQAM.com. Rondé Gadsden is on the Toyota of Hollywood hotline. Of course, I want to talk Dolphins with him, but we keep getting caught up talking about his son, Rondé Gadsden II, because, he keeps doing something new, has his first reception, has his first good game. Now he scores his first touchdown and has a game that the NFL is tweeting about off their NFL Twitter account with 1 million or 10 million followers, however many that he's got. Rondé, that had to feel great as a dad for, to watch your son put up those kind of numbers in an NFL game in his rookie season.
Yeah, no, it was definitely something I didn't expect, and I'm screaming and jumping at the TV for him to run and score and get down and get up, and it was great to see him, out there, having fun. I know he was super tired, but he tried to get his team the W. Didn't happen. Would have been much sweeter with the W, but hey, he had a great game.
And he beat Antonio Gates' record. If they threw him the ball a couple more times on me, I think he would have been harder to beat that record. But that has to be crazy to hear that he is now.
Or he'd have had it in one reception.
But he not just OG. Yeah, I know you and Hoch were doing it during camp, talking about, we're just praying that he makes the team, bro.
We were not praying that he made the team. I was trying not to jinx him by just counting him on the team. I was just not jinxing him. Everyone knew Rondé Gadsden was making the team.
Jinx nothing. He just beat a Hall of Famer's record, and Antonio played for about 12 years in damn San Diego.
Yeah, no, I mean, I didn't see everything. They were like, yo, your whole career, your best game was 153, and he got it in 7 games. He beat them. I'm like, what this got to do with me, bro? This ain't got nothing to do with me. You know what I'm saying? It's got nothing to do with me. But, yeah, man, he had a good game. I didn't know about the Gates record. I didn't even know about the, rookie tight end record, period. Last 40 years, no tight end. But, he was out there, doing his thing. I mean, I seen it, at Syracuse a few times. I mean, it wasn't a surprise of what he can do. It's just that, they let him go, and he got in there on some plays, and they were behind, so they had to pass the ball. It didn't help, that we didn't run the ball but 2 times in the second half. But it worked out. I called him, congratulated him, told him I'm proud of him, told him, to get in the cold tub, you need to sleep for 10 hours because they had a quick turnaround. They played, the Thursday night. So it's all good, but you know how it is. That week's over. You get 24 hours to roll with that. Now you got to get ready for the next game. So that's just part of being a professional. But once again, I'm super proud, super happy. He got a quarterback, you know what I'm saying? Like, you don't really have to move too much with the ball. The ball, like, right to the touchdown, like he had to drop it, really, you know what I mean? And so I'm excited about that, and I'm excited where he is, and I'm happy, not too much a fan of that gold uniform, but hey, listen, they did pretty well with it.
Man, tell him go back to the table, renegotiate.
Yeah, Listen, I didn't expect him to rise the chart that fast, but you know what I mean. Like I'm still counting on Disley and Conklin to come on and give us a break a little bit. You know what I mean?
I was texting on my text thread with my wife and my son as OG was doing his thing. My son, unfortunately, though, has Ladd McConkey in his fantasy league. And he's like, this dude's stealing everything from Ladd McConkey. He's not getting the receptions that I need.
They would say that. It's the second week in a row I've lost by under 10. And they were like, what? In my league, they were like, what dad leaves their son on the bench with 32 points? What dad does
You left him on the bench?
With 32 points. And guess where he will stay for the rest of the year? On the bench.
Yeah, you don't want to rock that boat now. You know,
we just playing fantasy football. He catching for real out here, so he will stay on the bench. Guess what? Nobody else got him, so we cool. We cool with it. I'm cool with it.
That's cool. Yeah, you got to let him ride the bench until
you
need a change. You say he's got a quarterback. Let's look at the Dolphins here for a second, OG. So the Dolphins quarterback, I don't know if you saw his QBR, but it was 3.
20.
It was 320. He'd give you half his salary for 20. It was 3. What would you get? And I know Mike McDaniel said yesterday he's going to start this coming Sunday against Atlanta. Would you have given any serious thought to maybe not benching him for the season, but just giving him a week off to kind of, I don't know, get right? You know what I mean? Where, hey, you go with Quinn Ewers or Zach Wilson and you say Tua, you wouldn't do that.
Nah. He got the money. He wanted to be the leader of the team. You know, this is what comes with it. You know what I mean? You got to right the ship. Nobody gave Matt Stafford a break in Detroit when they was sucking, you know what I mean? Like after Megatron left, like, nah, you the guy. Stand in the paint. You know what I mean? You got to figure it out. Like, you know, it's tough. We know it's tough, but that's why you get paid the big bucks. You know what I'm saying? You got to figure it out on for yourself. And he gave us the LeBron James, I go home to my kids and you got to figure it out, bro. You got to figure it out. Like, you got to stand in the paint and figure it out because that ain't working. You know, that's not stopping you from throwing 3 picks a game. You know what I mean? Like, we all got kids. We all love to see our kids when we get home, but you got a job to do and you're not doing it effectively. And that's the point. Like, you brought everybody into the locker room. You would think as a player, as a competitor, if you said that, then later in the week, you got to apologize. I'm going to come up and light the Browns.
Right.
I'm going to throw for 427 yards and 6 touchdowns. I'm going to run one even. I'm going to run one and get up and spike the ball. Didn't happen. So you got to figure it out. You got to figure it out, man. I feel for him. I know it's tough, but this what you want. It's not always rainbows and sunshine. You got to really sometimes dig deep, and that's where he has to dig deep because you're not talking about now. You're talking about come April. Whether you want to be here, the coach is going to be here. You got a lot of people depending on you. Like. I'm pretty sure Mike McDaniel not getting much sleep, and he hoping that Tua can help him. You know what I'm saying? Get out of this hole. But it's tough. But no weeks off. No weeks off.
Get to work.
Yeah, get to work. You figure it out. You got to figure it out. Like I just think he has the ball. He got to do more running. Like I get it. Listen, nobody's gonna get upset if you go out on your shield. You know what I mean? But if you running laterally, not to pass the line, to throw the ball so you don't get hit. Nah, it's 3rd and 4. Get the 4 yards, man. What you doing? Like, you know what I mean? So it's.
But OG, you're saying he's got to get it done, and he's the guy. I'm with you, but how? Because he doesn't look mentally like he's in a position to lead a team. He's saying all the wrong things at the press conference. He's getting killed, and being called a rat for calling out his teammates. And then physically, I mean, you're saying for him to run, OG, he can't throw the ball 10 yards. He's throwing to the flat.
That's more reason to run.
More reason to run. Like, you got the ball, like, run. Like, they waiting for the pick. You see the video, the boy said, throw it to me, and he threw it to him. Like,
that was wild. Did you see that on social media?
You got to run, man. You got to run. Like, trick them or slide into somebody's knee and get a 15 yards. Something has to happen. Like, I get what you're saying, Solana, but, that's why you get paid the big bucks. This is what you wanted. You wanted to be the top money earner. You wanted to be the leader of the team. You wanted to be the quarterback, and you finally got it. So now you have to figure it out. You have to figure it out. Do something that you haven't done before. I tell Rhonda every week, you got to stay in there extra and do something. I told him, like, yo, when you do the blocking, I know you're tired, but you ducking your head, and when you duck your head, they swim you and get right by you. I know you're just chipping, but still, you know what I mean? Like, you got to do something. So this week, I don't know, get on a neck machine, hold your neck up or something. You know what I mean? Like, you got to do something that you hadn't done, you know what I'm saying, to get some different results.
Wear a neck brace. Do something.
You know what I'm saying? Like, until Joe Alt them come back or something. But Tua has to do something. And the only thing, like you said, is you gonna have to run it. Because everybody just waiting for you to throw it to them. They're just backing up. Like, you got to run to bring them up or something. It's just something has to change. Because obviously, I've been saying this for 3 years now. Mike McDaniel only got plan A. We throwing the HA, now we throwing the, you know what I'm saying, Waddle, and we might give 1 or 2 reverses to Washington, but that's it. That's all we got. That's all we gonna have. Waller might catch 1 or 2 just to shake it up, but other than that, we're going back to A-Chain and looking for Waddle. He has to figure it out. It's no ifs, ands, or buts about it.
I'm with OG. Run. Just run.
Yeah.
Run.
Until somebody catch him.
That's all right.
What about when that linebacker comes over that he doesn't see coming?
Well, get tackled, and then they make a decision then, but run.
When he gets tackled.
Naked boots. Run.
It's a lot
I'm betting over 0.5 yards every week.
I have been. I've cashed that ticket 7 weeks.
Yeah, every week. Give me 2 yards. I'm a winner.
OG, something else we talked about earlier where Xavier Howard brought up week 1. He told the coach, man, pack the paint. He's throwing everything inside. He can't throw the outside routes. And you see these teams keep throwing them quick outs. They'll get it 8 yards. You watch last night, man, all 4 teams throw them quick outs to get them quick 6-7 yards on first down. Did they catch up? Because it's either 2 things with that, where they just always throw inside the hashes. Did they figure out McDaniel's offense, or can McDaniel not call those plays because Tua ain't got
3 years ago?
But Tua ain't got that howitzer that he can throw them quick outs on time where you can get them quick 6 yards easily.
3 years ago they figured out. Because you know why? Because it's a time in offense, and that hasn't changed. Tua's used to 1, 2, 3 step, throw the ball, and he timed it up with Tyreek because of his speed. Now he got to learn the nuances of another receiver in that position. Now Waddle is still there and A-Chain is still there, but if he can learn how to do the fake reverse, flip the ball behind his back, he can throw it out. He's got to practice it. I mean, he can throw out. He got to be able to throw a flat route. The tight end's fake block and then go to the flat. He has to be able to do that, but they ain't falling for it. That's the whole point. They're not falling for it because, nobody, they already know, like in the game against the Chargers, when they kicked the field goal and kicked off, they kicked it out of bounds. Like, usually some people let them return it so they can run some time off the clock, but like they kicked it out of bounds because they're like, we want to see Tua throw the Hail Mary. They ain't gonna reach the end zone. It's not. You know what I'm saying? Just not. Like you send, rush 3, drop 8. Like we rushing all 10, drop 1. Like he's just not gonna throw it that deep. So they know it. He just got to practice it. He's an NFL quarterback, got $200 million. He got to be able to throw it out. Like, he just has to be. But they're not changing it. That's not in the offense. That's not a play in the offense. Hadn't seen it. Like, the out route is fake the run, spin around, and throw the flat to 18 who you just faked. You know what I'm saying? Like,
get the attention on him. And then give him the ball.
It's going to him. It is going to him. However you want to package it, it's going to him.
Yeah, fake him the ball, Tua do the fake spin around and throw it back to 18, behind 2 blockers. I don't know what else to tell you. I mean, it just seems like, we don't have anything else, and every week it happens. Like, we get into a rut where they know, like, you don't have to be a rocket scientist to figure it out. I figured it out 3 years ago. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, it definitely doesn't work on the road. We get a little house at home just because everybody's like, I don't know, they got to try something different at home because they need a win, a flea flicker or something, but they don't. And, we just get behind the chains, and that's real terrible because the quarterback doesn't run. Like, think of all the quarterbacks that sit in the pocket. Either they hurt or they got a losing record. Like, you know what I'm saying? You have to. Quarterbacks, they got to run. They just have to. The defensive ends are too good.
Gadsden, we love you. OG the second, 38.5 yards is his over-under for Thursday night against the Vikings. 3.5 is the receptions over-under for Thursday night. And Aronde,
if I was a betting man, I know which one I'd take.
Aronde anytime touchdown is plus 230. See you, OG.
Remember the first game when it was plus 1,500?
Yes, they seem to have caught up with how he's getting used because I had it and he was inactive, but I remember I had it.
Right, you had it. I think one of my neighbors had it 100 to win 17,000. Like, oh wow, Jesus Christ.
We'll see, OG.
All right, man. Y'all take it easy.
There you go, Rondé Gadsden. Let me talk about a new roof. Hopefully you don't need one, but if you do, I've got the guy, Party Peter, at Perfect Choice Roofing. They've got you covered. I've had to replace a roof on my home before, and you want to use a company that is reputable and a company you can trust, and that is Perfect Choice Roofing. Just remember the website, roofhotline.com. Perfect Choice Roofing. They offer instant range estimating, so you can get a price range of your roof within 30 seconds and see different roof options at the same time. You just start at the website, roofhotline.com. Maybe you don't need an entire new roof. Maybe just some repairs. Any homeowner knows, a couple shingles go bad here and there. Maybe you hired a pressure cleaning company. They ruined some shingles or tiles on the roof. You don't want to let that become a major problem. And trust me, that will become a major problem. So take care of it now by going to roofhotline.com. Party Peter and roofhotline.com have you covered. There is no job they can't do. So again, whether it's an entire new roof or just a repair, Party Peter and Perfect Choice Roofing have you covered. Go to that website right now. It is roofhotline.com.
This is Hoch, Crowder, and Solana.
I gave up squirrel meat.
Oh, good for you. That'll be tough to keep. Solana's looking at me. I believe that's Back to the Future. Today is Back to the Future Day.
Oh, okay.
Why is today Back to the Future Day?
Was the movie released on this day?
No.
The DeLorean
October
was at
21st.
October
Is this
21st.
the date that they set? Oh, okay. So this is the date that they put into the DeLorean. Well, happy Back to the Future Day. And happy birthday, Joey Harrington.
That's what I had to deal with.
Your mic's not on.
Yeah, me too. If I had to deal with Joey Harrington again.
It's also Doja Cat's birthday.
Yep.
He or she is 29.
It's a bunch of like influencers' birthday. I heard it on some radio station
Really?
this morning. Like Kim Kardashian's today.
It
Doja
is
Cat,
her birthday.
somebody
She's
else,
44. And Ricky Rubio.
Ricky Rubio.
The governor?
34 years old. Yeah, Governor Rubio,
Yeah.
34.
What's his first name?
Ricky Rubio. Marco Rubio,
Oh,
not the
okay.
governor. Secretary of State. And he was a senator. He was never the governor.
Never the governor.
Big into politics.
Yeah, I
fellas.
see, I see.
Keep up.
We've got heat tickets every hour. Just looking at my script. I was a little late today because of Raising Cane's. Usually I spend about an hour going over the script so that nothing goes wrong during the show.
Like that paper.
Oh, you know, on my Instagram, Solana caught it on video. I juggled at Raising Cane's, and I happen to be very good at it.
You can juggle?
I can juggle.
Solana. Like legit juggle or throw it as high as he can just to switch hands.
Nothing makes me happier than to bleep all over something Hawk claims he's good at because he does it to me all the time. But Crowder, I got to be honest, Hawk can juggle.
I
man.
can
Really?
juggle. Radio Mark Hockman on Instagram. Look at this. Look at that. I am juggling
You can
there.
juggle.
I am showing out. It was Raising Cane's. It was food and a show this afternoon.
Look at that. You
How
should ride
about
a
that?
unicycle,
How
man.
about
You make
that?
some money.
How about that, huh?
Look, that's impressive.
How about that?
Solana, what do you do good?
I ball.
Do you know
I
That-
ball.
I don't even know if I'm supposed to say this. I hope he's not listening. Paul, our sales manager, he was out there. And as I was juggling, he told me that when he was in college to pay the bills, he was a party clown. He would show up at kids' birthday parties.
Huh.
He had to juggle. He's like, I know how to juggle as well. He's like, I had to put on the face paint,
No.
and he did birthday parties for children. And he's like, I made $100 a party. He's like, this was the greatest. He's like, I'm in college making $100 to go to a birthday party dressed as a clown.
That ain't bad.
Well, it was 100%. That was my trajectory. There was, I absolutely, the fact that I've never been a party clown is really a shocking turn.
Yes. I saw you as a leprechaun once.
That is true. You know what? I was a radio party clown. You're 100% right. I was a party clown. It was just under the guise of radio.
That leprechaun pictures.
Rock and Roll Hall of Fame members Rush just announced their 50-something tour, and we've got a chance for you and a guest to win a flyaway to see them at Madison Square Garden in New York City. Prize includes tickets to the show, round-trip airfare, and 2-night hotel stay. If you want to enter, go to WQAM.com and click on contests.
Why don't people hire clowns anymore?
I remember when I was a kid in the 70s, you know what a big deal was? It was somebody's birthday. I remember someone showing up for my dad at the house, a balloon with a singing telegram, you know, like a singing happy birthday message, not a balloon, but like a balloon, like a billion balloons.
Yeah.
And they would show up with Lyle Hockman. Yeah. Happy birthday. Like that was such a big deal to send someone balloons and a singing birthday message.
Like real people?
Real person.
Oh, that's
We
cool.
just drive from house to house, I guess, and do birthday messages.
I have young kids. I don't think a clown would make the party any better.
Well, I always maintain, remember, we used to give away tickets, I don't know if we still do, to the circus. And the circus was such a big deal.
Yeah.
Circus was like, oh my God, the circus is coming to town, the trapeze artists, and they're going to ride the motorcycle in the ball that's spinning around or whatever. And then the circus came, I think it was the AAA back then. And I took DJ, he was a kid. And it was boring as hell
Awful.
because everything you see now on social media is 1,000 times more interesting. And now with AI, you don't even know what. Like, I watched a guy in an outhouse get attacked by a bear the other day. There's no chance this wasn't AI. First of all, why would you have a camera set up in the outhouse to have video of you taking a dump? But it's like, it looks so real. But yeah, you go to the circus and you're like, huh. Well, what happens in that ball now? Are they do they light themselves on fire? Like what's happening? They're just gonna ride in a circle?
I think it's been taken like the next level of entertainment.
But clowns were like a big deal. That was like wildly funny. It's not funny anymore.
The circus doesn't even come anymore.
I don't know if it exists anymore.
Ringling Brothers, Barnum and Brothers, Bailey
That's
Brothers.
right, the Barnum Brothers.
It still exists.
Are you sure?
It still exists, but no animals.
Well, that's true. They did get rid of animals.
Yeah, because my dad.
You sure it still exists?
Man,
I'll look it up, but I'm pretty damn sure.
My dad would take me to that every year because he loved the circus. Awful. Just boring. The animals are depressed. The only thing that was fascinating every single time, no matter how many times you do it, the clowns, the 30, 40, 50, 60 clowns coming out of that one tiny little clown car. How do they all fit in there?
Well, I feel terrible now because it's coming to the Kaseya Center, and it's worth seeing. Now that 100% we're going to have tickets to give away, and I feel terrible. In fact, you can become a Ringling Insider at ringling.com, and you can get early access to the circus tickets, sneak peeks, and special offers. The more I think, what was I talking? I meant the Swap Shop Circus.
Right.
Yeah, I wasn't talking about Ringling Brothers. That thing is fire.
I enjoy Santa's Enchanted Forest.
Yeah.
I enjoy it. My kids don't.
Well, I don't think that exists anymore.
They have something still at Tropical Park, pretty much similar, but it's not Santa's Enchanted Forest.
Like he stopped doing that guy.
Santa's Enchanted Forest moved somewhere in Hialeah, I think, for a year, and then now I just think it's done.
When it was inside some big highway, I remember because you hear the cars the whole time. It was fun to me.
The first time I ever hooked up with a girl, Santa's Enchanted Forest on the Ferris wheel.
Oh, that's a good spot right there. That's a good spot.
Was it a part of the freak show, though?
Yeah, it was a carny.
They smelled like cabbage. What movie was that on? Austin Powers.
Solana was doing it for a free candy apple. Mildred, look at you.
You're going to get on the Ferris wheel.
Young buck over there.
Whatever you want, baby.
All right, let's do headlines with Solana. Omar Kelly is going to join us this hour. We can talk some Dolphins with him. Let's do headlines with Solana. Brought to you by Doral Kia, home of the Pricito, our lowest price. Visit them at Doral Kia or DoralKia.com.
Hey, man, the Panthers play a big one tonight. They get the Boston Bruins up in Beantown. Brad Marchand returns to Boston.
Yeah, that's a good one tonight. I'm looking forward to that one.
7:30 is your puck drop.
All right.
Listen to Doug Plagans on the action tonight.
Okay, right here, this very radio station.
We got NBA action tonight. Houston is in Oklahoma City. You got the Thunder raising the banner tonight after winning the title last season. That's going to be at 7:30 p.m. And then the Lakers will host the Golden State Warriors. That game will be at 10 o'clock tonight.
So what's the scoop of the NBA on NBC? What time will they play the John Tesh theme song?
Ooh, I don't know.
Okay. Because I want to watch that.
Mm-hmm.
MJ has his first in-game thing.
Oh,
like his first pregame. I think it's like winning the championship heart or something. Like it's a series. Did you see what it's like? I saw like an interview series or something with him.
I want to see if he cranks up emotionally because he's emotionless.
Now, isn't there a Inside the NBA on ESPN tonight?
Is it on tonight, or is it when ESPN has their first slate of games?
I honestly have no idea.
I don't know if it's on tonight.
I am rattled by what happened with the Ringling Brothers Circus, which is coming to the Kaseya Center. And I'm telling you, get tickets the moment that they go on sale because you will never see anything as entertaining as the circus.
Before and after big games, I was reading, Barry Jackson had a very detailed explanation of all the changes happening around the NBA in terms of TV. Ernie, Chuck, Kenny, and Shaq are all going to keep doing Inside the NBA, but it's going to air on ESPN before and after big games instead of TNT, with the quartet hosting the show from Turner's Atlanta studios. But it would be a bit weird for them to do a show tonight.
Right. So it looks like tomorrow.
Okay.
Tomorrow night, ESPN, ESPN2, you will get Inside the NBA. You will get it tomorrow and Thursday.
That makes sense. My guess is tomorrow, I know the Knicks are playing the Cavs. That's probably on ESPN. It is. So they'll lead up to that tomorrow. Okay. And I guess they're still doing their halftime show and then post-game show.
Yeah, I don't know about halftime, but certainly post-game. But I guess halftime as well. I don't know.
Medieval Times is still fun.
Yeah, not as much fun as the circus, but it's fun, no doubt.
We took Mike in Orlando.
I've actually never been.
Medieval Times?
Yeah, I've never been.
It was one of those, like, you get a free Medieval Times ticket if you stayed at this certain hotel.
Yeah, a chicken leg.
And the turkey leg.
Yeah.
That, like, real Medieval Times, like on the movies. And the kids enjoyed it because it's always action.
What are you doing staying at a hotel that's giving away free tickets to something? Why can't you just stay at a nice hotel? Stay at the Swan.
Because I have a price barrier that I don't go over. And we had 6 kids with us. It was Ava's birthday. She brought her friends. I have 3 kids. She had 3 kids. Yeah, I'm not getting them.
I got to tell you, though, if I'm a kid and some NFL player is taking me and his daughter and whatever to Orlando for like a Disney World birthday, I'm like, and they end up at Medieval Times and I'm shoveling potatoes and peas into my throat. I go, what kind of NFL guy is this?
You're gonna be mad because this is a true story of this same trip, and it is an ex-Dolphins player's daughter that was with us.
Man, that's
we had the little kitchen in our suite because we had a suite with the rooms connected.
Residence Inn. Embassy Suites.
We had a suite with the rooms connected. I forget it wasn't a Marriott. It wasn't a Four Seasons. I give you that. So the first day we drive up like Friday night after they had Monday off. We had a long weekend, drive up Friday night. Saturday morning we get up and now we're gonna go hit the first park. I went to the grocery store once we got there and got food to cook. So when we get up in our room, I go and make eggs. I throw some little sausages
at the hotel
and make some toast. They had the little kitchenette.
Still,
the little girls wake up and I'm like, breakfast is ready. Come in. The little high class girl, she's talking about, I want Dunkin' Donuts. I said, you have egg, sausage, and toast.
Yeah, I'd have called my parents and the police within 30 seconds.
Orange juice. I had a whole breakfast ready for them.
You're cooking breakfast in the hotel. You're in Orlando. There's a million restaurants. You're on vacation. It's a birthday celebration. And you're cooking eggs that you bought at the Winn-Dixie?
6 kids, 2 adults, 8 people. I'm about to feed 8 people. That's going to be a $300 breakfast. That's going to be a $300 breakfast.
Crazy.
Yeah.
She
was hungry. That little girl was hungry that day.
Dunkin' Donuts, you get 2 dozen donuts.
$14.
Yeah.
Nah, see, I wanted some protein in them. I want some nutrition in these babies. See, y'all be making these babies weak bodied.
That I can't argue.
Do you imagine what that room smelled like, Hawk? This guy cooked 82 eggs in that room.
You know what would be funny? If I lost a 25-year radio career because I made fun of the circus.
You heard about it?
It was just funny that I was going off on the circus. I'm like, it doesn't even exist anymore or whatever. They're like, I know they're a big advertiser.
Coming next month to the Cassia Center.
Yeah, Swan and Dolphin are Bonvoy resorts. You know that?
Swan and Dolphin?
Yeah, up at Disney. Man, you're not in the neighborhood. You are not.
Man, we got a 25-minute ride to get to the parks. We way off the track.
You don't stay.
Hell no. Hawk,
where
that
stay in Kissimmee?
Hawk, you're talking about them hotels that the train comes past?
Well, not the Swan and the Dolphin, but
okay, no.
But those are on prop. Those are like the high-end on property hotels.
We're not on property.
Oh, that's crazy.
Yeah, we way off property.
That's crazy.
We can rent kayaks where I'm at. I rented the kayaks for the kids.
Crowder's taking his family to Orlando. They're like, oh, we're going to go to Disney. We're going to go to Universal. No, we're going to
medieval times.
Gatorland.
Right. And this roller coaster that's killed 6 people over the last 7 years that keeps getting shut down. It's in a parking lot at Best Buy.
When we hit that putt at 9 a.m., them kids are so mad. Thought we're going to Animal Kingdom.
Wow.
So you want a green ball or pink ball? The only colors left.
I've never been to Kennedy Space Center. I'd like to go there.
That's a great place, by the way.
Jimmy out of nowhere. Where were you when I was talking about the circus, jackass?
We have 1,000 bounce houses in South Florida. We drive 3.5 hours.
Go to a bounce house.
I take them to a bounce house.
You're the worst.
It's $20 a kid.
John Tesh performed Round Ball Rock earlier this morning on the Today Show on NBC.
Cool. But when I want to see the beginning of the NBA on NBC, like dun, 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 like the beginning of
when
it.
When would they play it? When would they play it before? Before the pregame show or before like that first commercial break right before the action started?
I think as the pregame show starts is when they'll play it. I'm not certain, but pregame is when? 6:30, 7:30?
Game's at 7:30, so probably 7.
I think it's 6:30 on NBC. I think I read that.
That's
somewhere.
a weird time to start a pregame show. 6:30.
And is that Charles and Shaq and them still?
No,
we covered that about 10 minutes ago.
Where have you been?
Huh? I was trying to get Aronde Gaston II off waivers, to be honest. McBride is on a bye this week.
I cut him last week. I dropped him.
OG the second.
I dropped him from my roster last week. I did.
Oh, I'm trying to get him now.
Yeah, not good.
Pre-game's at 6:30, by the way.
Yeah, that's what I thought. 6:30 NBC. I think that's when you can hear Round Ball Rock.
Do we know who's doing the broadcast tonight?
On NBC?
Yeah.
They hired like 1 million people.
Well, tonight, 7:30, the NBA begins.
All right.
And you'll be able to hear Round Ball Rock at some point if you're watching the broadcast.
All right. Anything else?
FIU, they play tonight. They're debuting their new vice jerseys. They've got Kennesaw State. They're 4-2. Another conference game for FIU. That is tonight at 7 p.m. at Pitbull Stadium.
I'm going to bet against FIU again. No chance that they beat me 2 weeks in a row.
Should have learned your lesson last week, Hoch.
There's no chance that they beat me 2 weeks in a row.
Okay. Told you, Willie Simmons era. Different program around here.
FIU is a 2.5-point home dog to Kennesaw State.
They're going to take the Owls?
I am going to put $1 trillion on Kennesaw State.
To cover 2.5.
2.5.
Okay.
Yep.
Did you see these unis?
No.
Best uniforms in sport.
Anything else?
The Heat play tomorrow. Inter Miami plays on Friday. Playoff game against Nashville. Same day as the World Series. That's when it begins. Game 1 between the Blue Jays and Los Dodgers.
All right.
Right now in South Florida, as we get to weather, partly cloudy tonight. The lows are going to drop into the mid to low 70s. That is brought to you by Chill Zone AC, featuring reliable Root AC systems. Make your AC great again. Visit chillzoneac.com.
All right. Jimmy says NBA on NBC, Mike Tirico, play-by-play analyst Reggie Miller and Jamal Crawford. But then you also said other key personnel include Noah Eagle, play-by-play. So who's doing play-by-play?
Well, I'm guessing Noah Eagle's probably doing the second game.
Oh, right. There's 2 games tonight.
Yeah.
Grant Hill, analyst. Maria Taylor, studio host. Carmelo Anthony, Vince Carter, studio analyst. Like they hired a zillion people.
Kyle Lowry, Dwayne Wade.
And MJ.
I can't wait to see MJ.
I can't.
I can't wait. I'm looking for the train to fall off.
Right.
Yeah.
I wonder if it's going to be interesting. And I love him, but
yes,
he doesn't do much interesting stuff.
He's just almost emotionless after he retired.
Yeah.
Does he have to do anything?
I could stare at him for 10 minutes. They could have a camera on him. He could sit in a recliner, and I would watch that for 10 minutes.
Didn't Dwayne Wade get hired by Amazon, not NBC?
Correct. Jimmy, you come in here. Solana, you go over there.
He's had an answer for everything that I didn't this segment.
He knows everything that's going on, except that the damn circus was coming to the Kaseya Center. Omar Kelly is going to join us in the next segment. Should we give away another pair of Heat tickets here?
Sure, you're both looking at me. Yeah, I'm down.
All right, let's do another pair. We have a pair of Heat tickets every hour today. Started with Joe Rose in the morning. What caller number do you want to take?
23.
What caller? Oh, 23.
Just talked about MJ.
That's a great idea. All right, caller 23 gets a pair of tickets. Heat and Knicks Sunday at the Kaseya Center, home of the Ringling Brothers Circus, coming in 2026. Caller 23, 305-567-0560. 305-567-0560. Caller 23 gets Heat tickets, and we will have one final pair in the 5 o'clock Funky Buddha happy hour. Omar Kelly's going to join us in the next segment. I talk about Atlantic Men's Clinic on this show. I was there today, had a delightful conversation with a bunch of the people there, and Kurt said to me, one of the owners, he said, "You talk so glowingly about us on the air." And I said, "It's genuine because I actually noticed the difference before I was taking the testosterone versus after I'm taking the testosterone. There is a noticeable difference in my life." So when I rave about Atlantic Men's Clinic, it is genuine. Now, maybe you've noticed your energy is not where it needs to be, or your workouts aren't as productive, or you're not sleeping as well as you did, or you're feeling brain fog all the time, or your sex drive is off. If you're experiencing some or all of those symptoms, you might have low testosterone. And if that's what's going on with you, don't wait. Call Atlantic Men's Clinic. Start getting treated for that low T. Living with low testosterone is no way to live, and you don't have to. It's so easy to have it treated. And I'm speaking from experience, and I'm telling you, I can attest to the difference. Atlantic Men's Clinic, they are the experts in treating low testosterone and other men's sexual health conditions. And if you're like the many men who are low T, within just a few weeks of getting treated, you're going to feel your energy come back and the brain fog go away and your sleep improve and your workouts improve. Your sex drive will be significantly enhanced as well. It's very simple. Go to atlanticmensclinic.com. There's a low T quiz right there on the website. It takes like 2 minutes. Then you can schedule a consult if you want. You go there. They do your lab work. They have your results within 30 minutes. A Florida licensed medical provider will review your results with you and discuss your options. Atlantic Men's Clinic. You know, most men wait a year or longer, and there's no need to wait. There's 7 locations now in South Florida, including the new office in Hollywood. So call Atlantic Men's Clinic. 877-455-7300, 877-455-7300, or visit atlanticmensclinic.com.
This is Hoch, Crowder, and Solana.
I have this fantasy, I've had this for years, of becoming obese and bedridden and just watching TV all day and having people bring me food.
I'm Khalil Ware of the Miami Heat. Congratulations to WQAM on this move to FM at 104.3. Congratulations.
WQAM broadcasting live from the Edmore Sawgrass Auto Mall Studios. Shop exceptional Cadillac offers now at the 3-time Cadillac Dealer of the Year, Edmore Sawgrass Cadillac. Visit EdmoreSawgrassCadillac.com. You're always backed by Morse.
Week 8 already in the NFL, and the Dolphins head to Atlanta to battle the Falcons. Our game day coverage starts this Sunday at 9 a.m. with Game Day Uncensored, the pregame show for real Miami football fans on FM 104.3 WQAM, Miami's sports leader.
The Kendall Toyota Model Year-End Sales Event. Get their lowest price on the best-selling, affordably friendly new 2025 Toyota Corollas with huge model year-end savings. Sharp looks, ultra reliability, and the smartest tech. The new Corolla has it all. See thousands in used cars up to 50% off the original selling price. 100% credit approval is their goal. Best value, fast service, friendly staff. It's all at Kendall Toyota on US 1. Number 1 in the 305 since 1969. Call 305-KENDALL.
I'm John Morgan of Morgan & Morgan. If you've been injured in a car accident,
I see what you're doing here, Jimmy. You know why he's playing this song?
Omar loves pina colada slushies.
Omar loves pina colada Slurpees. Yeah.
I'm a listener of this show.
Look at you. All right, don't forget we have one more pair of Heat tickets that we are going to give away in the 5 o'clock Funky Buddha Happy Hour. So that is coming up. Rock the Ocean's iconic music festival, Tortuga, returns to Fort Lauderdale Beach in April with Post Malone, Riley Green, Kenny Chesney, and more. We're giving you a chance to win 3-day passes for you and a friend. If you want to enter that contest, go to WQAM.com and click on the contest page. And Omar Kelly is on the Toyota of Hollywood hotline. Before we talk football, I always remind you the best place to get geared up with Dolphins or Canes merch is Caneswear in Davie or online at caneswear.com. Omar Kelly writes for the Miami Herald, and he's probably going through it the way all Dolphins fans are. And I don't know if you experience, I'm sure you experience this. I've noticed, because I was a big Tua stan, and I was a big stan going into the season for Chris Greer remaining and Mike McDaniel remaining and Tua remaining. I call them the big three. I have people coming up to me. We were at Raising Cane's doing an appearance on social media, and they're blaming me. They're like, This is because you in the media have coddled. And I'm like, I thought they were going to be good. But I don't make those decisions. It's not my fault. I said, it's as much my fault that the Dolphins are bad as it is my fault that the Panthers have won 2 Stanley Cups in a row. I'm just telling you what I think. I'm wrong sometimes. I'm right sometimes. Do people get angry at you?
People are angry at me every day. Imagine, but that's another topic. Imagine being behind the Tank for Tua campaign for an entire year back in 2019. And I'm not pulling the plug on Tua because I still believe he's a solid NFL quarterback. I know what his limitations are. I know he doesn't have that dog in him. I know he's not a killer. He's one of the more accurate quarterbacks in the NFL. But the reality is, when you don't put a solid, decent, respectable team around him, he's going to be exposed. And that offensive line exposes him. Right now, the weaponry exposes him. The defense, it's just not a good team around him in general. But he's also part of the problem. You cannot have multiple games where you commit 3 turnovers.
And no, it's funny you brought up his ability, because I'm watching football last night. They run those speed outs. When the guy runs up, he gets the corner just to turn his hip a little bit, and then they shoot to the sideline. You get a quick 7 yards.
Yeah.
They never throw those. They don't throw those. And then this offense is now stymied. Is McDaniel not caught? Like, his offense been figured out, or is he adjusting to Tua's? Like you say, Tua has limitations. He can't throw the ball that damn far. Is he calling plays that Tua's capable of completing, or is Tua just not that good where he can't open up the play? Because this offense looks terrible.
It does look terrible. Teams are in the paint. Tua cannot throw a 15-yard out. I don't know if he could throw a 10-yard out. It doesn't matter. Everybody's playing them. What Tua throws is a beautiful slant, beautifully timed slant, but everybody's in his lanes now at this point. And then you look at some of the interception plays or some of the bad, horrendous plays, and you'll see the ball is snapped and there's a defensive lineman in his face. On the interception by the goal line. I mean, goodness gracious! Like, I don't even know if he had a second to think or react to the guy coming in trying to get a safety. He just had to throw the ball to spots, and Tua acknowledges that he throws the ball to spots. He is a spot thrower. But if a defender's standing in that spot, you in trouble.
Abort.
Well, on that play, abort is a safety. Abort is a safety. A throwaway is a throwaway in the pocket was a safety. I don't know.
To that point, now back to McDaniels, because what they do, I said it after the game, watching that game on Monday when we were on the show. The line physically can't block people. We just see Savigny get thrown out the way. He got ran over. What you say, like a 3-year-old
It was bad. That one I saw on social media was bad.
But you're talking about
it's bad every week.
They couldn't figure out who was blitzing and who wasn't. And then when it was declared, they didn't know how to pass off the blitz. So they don't know who to block. And if they do know who to block, they can't block them. But not knowing who to block is on the coaching staff. Y'all didn't see that damn blitz? There's no blitz in football that's never been ran before.
Woo. Here's the thing, and not only is that's been an issue all season. So we had 3 snaps with James Daniel and Austin Jackson for one game, and since then it's been pretty much downhill. Mike McDaniel says that he's threatening, finally 4 years, he's threatening change. He's going to make some changes based on performance. Okay, you haven't demoted a guy. You've demoted a couple guys, but come on, let's be real about it. That's just not, nobody gets cut around here, Crowder. You remember those I think it was like 2019 where Eric Walden was on the team, and if you made a mistake that week, you was fired. If you made a mistake, you were fired. And that was, people walked on eggshells around that building on the Parcells in 2019 because that was the culture. Nobody get fired around here. No, nobody gets fired around here.
Along that line of thought, you know what else I've noticed? It used to be like every week under different administrations, people would be in for tryouts.
Yeah.
And it was that was kind of a warning sign to whatever position they were bringing in for tryouts. You'd go, oh, so-and-so is in, auditioning for safety or whatever. You don't see that at all with McDaniel.
No, the practice squad people that's been here day one, they finished the season on the practice squad. It's there are a few exceptions to that. I remember there was a center who was here. I can't remember the guy's name. Center was on the practice squad. Both the starting centers got hurt, and they were like, "We can't play this guy. We got to go sign 2 guys off the street." And I'm like, "What is the guy who's been on the practice squad here for?" Like, and they had to cut the guy. I'm like, this is just unreal roster mismanagement. I mean, if you had to this I can't even give you a bigger example of roster mismanagement in the NFL than what's happened here the last couple of years. Oof.
Going back to Tua though, Omar, because I think we're all in agreement. Ancillary factors are contributing to him not performing well. Yeah. But at the same time, I am looking at a guy, you mentioned it, limited physically right now. Can't make
always
the throw.
Been limited physically, always.
But I'm saying he more so now to a point where he can't make the throws that were his bread and butter throws. And mentally, I think this past week was a big eye opener to a lot of us. I feel like that contributed to how he played. Just the circus of people coming after him for his comments. And look, the reality is there's no saving grace. There's no savior coming here. The offensive line isn't finding, a Tron Armstead, and Cheetah's not coming back to save him either. Is Tua mentally, in your opinion, is he mentally capable of overcoming these types of games, these types of performances?
Absolutely. His first 2 games without Tyreek were both 100-rated games. You got Waddle going. You had a run game. The thing about Tua is he's a play-action quarterback. You don't have the threat of the run game, you're in trouble. So when teams build up big leads and it becomes a Tua pass situation, they're just going to crowd the paint and give to all the outside and cover deep to prevent the deep pass and just wait for him to make a mistake. And I was surprised, and maybe the elements played a factor in it. I mean, how many screens they threw? Like, goodness gracious. Like, is that the only thing these receivers know how to run? But let's keep in mind also, he lost Darren Waller in that game. He lost Malik Washington in that game. Those were 2 of the 5 weapons that they have on that team. Nick Westbrook-Akine has caught all of 1 pass in 3 weeks, playing substantial minutes. He's giving you absolutely nothing. That's another bad decision by management to sign him as a free agent. You just lost Malik Washington. So who do you go to now? Cedric Wilson? Cedric Wilson was Cedric Wilson 3 years ago, and you had to bring him back because he knows the offense.
And he's not even ready to play because he just had surgery.
Got to bring your guy Easy E back.
Estridge. I that would be the one main criticism that I've had. Yes, he fumbled the ball, and yes, he had a bad penalty. But Estridge was one of your top receivers in training camp. He showed you that he could play. He showed you got a little bit of dog mentality to him. Why have you not invested in him as a playmaker? Caught the 50-yard pass. But I don't want to sit here and second guess all of these decisions. But when you are losing in the fashion that you are losing, playing the way you're playing, you can second guess everything.
And if you talk to anybody on the offense, tell them when you fake the ball to a guy and then throw him a screen, it doesn't work because now your attention's you're staring. I'm an ex-linebacker, bro. Like fake it to him, then screen it to him. I'm staring at him now. I thought he had the ball. You wait a second and then give him the ball. Like, that second didn't kick me at all. So if you have anybody in the building, tell them just throw that play out the playbook. How did you take the situation that Tua's playing terrible? We knew multiple interceptions, and they skip Zach Wilson and then go to Hewitt. What happened there?
Smartest move the organization's made all season. There is no reason to invest in Zach Wilson. He's not going to be here.
You invested $6 million in him.
It actually makes it the dumbest move that the organization made because they said, here's the guy we've chosen. We're going to give him $6 million. And 7 weeks later, they go, and we haven't even seen him in a game.
We seen him in practice. I mean, he was Zach Wilson. When you signed him, he was Zach Wilson. Like Quinn Ewers, that's the thing. Quinn Ewers and Zach Wilson, they were like this in training camp. And I would honestly tell you that Quinn Ewers was better. When you gave Zach Wilson the number 2 job, it was really because of money and politics. Crowder, you know what that's like in a locker room. It just sends the wrong message. You got so many things that sends the wrong message to this team. I mean, the players are looking at Jonas Savaiinaea. They're like looking at him with the side eye all week. And you still running them out there to play him. They know what, teams are game plan. The one thing about Kenneth Grant, they limited what he was doing and he started to play better, starting to build a little bit of confidence. You could do that on defense. A bad offensive lineman that you put out there for 55 snaps, they coming at him every single snap. And they're not going to let up. And it's just killed this guy's confidence. At this point, either put him at right guard and try that out, or you got to bench him.
Man, what a disaster. Because I said to Solana and Crowder, like, as some people thought this was going to be a bad season. I happen to think it was going to be a good season. Some people thought it was going to be a bad season. There's no one who thought it was going to be this.
Absolutely.
No one. And I don't know how could Mike McDaniel get everyone back on the same page. My point to Crowder and Solana yesterday was he told you after the Chargers game, when I say he told you, the players, hey, put it out of your head. We get to Cleveland. We're going to do our thing. And they listened to him and nothing changed. It actually got worse.
Yeah.
So why would they listen to him now? Why wouldn't they just tune him out?
I couldn't sense it. I can usually sense when a team has quit on a coach. I couldn't sense it after that game, but I'll let you know this week. You'll know based on how they play against Atlanta whether they quit.
Didn't we find out Sunday
they did
in Cleveland?
They really, bro.
That was just error after error after error, and the pressure. The one thing that we know about this team is consistently they buckle the pressure. They just absolutely buckle the pressure. And once they're starting to feel a little pressure, forget about it. And so when Cleveland started to press them and then started to get a lead and then started to gain confidence, it was over. Then, when Tua starts throwing interceptions, you know the floodgates going to open up and it's just going to continue to come, unfortunately. But that's how you are as a team. You cannot put this team in a situation where they have to exclusively pass. You can't. And you cannot put the defense in a situation where a team like Cleveland didn't try to do nothing but 2 tight end sets. Like they were just like, we just going to keep running at you. Charlotte did it too. We just going to keep running at you. You can't stop it. We're eventually going to pop it. We're going to keep doing it. I mean, Crowder, how good is a team that is bad on the trenches in both sides of the ball?
Terrible. You can't win anything. Think about this. 5 people of 11. 5 of your 11 can't win their battles. What are you going to do offensively or defensively if your whole box is terrible?
It's sad. It's disappointing, but you went into this offseason and you said, "Oh, we're going to do this in through the draft," and all your draft picks struggling, your free agents struggling. Like, I don't think it's any clearer what the problem is. It can't be any clearer.
You want to guess what the over-under is? Oh, there's no Bijan Robinson prop up yet. I want to see what his over-under is for rushing yards, because I'm guessing 400.
There's not enough numbers on the app.
That's why they don't have the number up yet. They actually have to reprogram the app. They don't have numbers big enough for a rushing prop to see Bijan Robinson. Omar Kelly, read his work in the Miami Herald. Follow him on Twitter as well. Thank you, Omar.
I guess.
There you go. 5 o'clock Funky Buddha happy hour is coming up, and your final chance to win a pair of Heat tickets. QC Kinetics. Man, you have a memory problem. How can you complain? How can you complain about the Dolphins when you can't remember the play that's called?
Our nonverbal communication's better when we're not in studio.
That's true.
Yeah, y'all want to call me out in studio.
That's true. Well, write notes.
I have notes.
Hand signals, something crazy.
My notes say nothing.
Yeah, I know. I've seen your notes.
Says Tim Boyle, Tyler Hunt.
5 o'clock Funky Buddha happy hour is coming up. Your final chance to win a pair of Miami Heat New York Knickerbocker tickets for Sunday at the Kaseya Center. So make sure you're listening.
If chronic pain is impacting the quality of your life, you are wasting away that life with the arthritis, with the tendon pain, with the joint pain. I bet you know your body can help heal that pain without the need of drugs or surgery. And I'm telling you, I've had all these surgeries. Doctors will give you those scripts. They give you drugs. And surgeons, they wake up in the morning to do surgeries. It's their jobs. Check out regenerative medicine. You have another option. And QC Kinetics is the largest, fastest growing regenerative medicine group in the entire country. They are waiting to help you get rid of that chronic pain. I'm telling you, I had it. I did it. I went to the doctor when I broke my heels playing around with my daughter and niece. Double cast, huh, doc? Oh, you want to put me in a wheelchair for 3 months? I walked out. I said, man, let me go holler at QC Kinetics. I know I have another option. I went in first treatment, PRP shots, healing lasers. I actually limped in, walked out. Second treatment, same thing. I got the shots. I got the lasers. I was fine. I'm back playing basketball with Ava. I'm working out with Chan. I'm running around with little Chaz. I'm telling you, it works. Regenerative medicine is an option. You don't have to take drugs or surgery, and QC Kinetics can help. Thousands have been helped. Now, it's not just me. Thousands and thousands have been helped, and now it's time for you to find out for yourself. Call and make an appointment today. QC Kinetics. Don't replace it. Regenerate it. 844-77-REGEN. That's 844-777-3436. Tell them that Crowder sent you down there, and your consultation is free, and you'll receive $500 off your first treatment. You gotta call QC Kinetics. And they have a brand new office now. They're expanding because it works. 701 Southeast 17th Street in Fort Lauderdale. You gotta go to multiple offices around South Florida and see what they can do for you. Don't replace it, regenerate it. 844-77-REGEN. That's 844-777-3436.
This is Hoch, Crowder, and Solana.
I'm just saying that I'm Hoch. We talk Tua. Hoch Tua.
I'm Nikola Jovic of the Miami Heat. Congratulations to WQAM on its move to FM at 104.3. Congratulations.
Traffic and date, Palmetto Express going northbound from Southwest 8th to 103rd and westbound at the Dolphin from 95 to 57th Ave. Crash in Broward County, eastbound Pines Boulevard, right before Palm Ave, taking 2 left lanes, and traffic on the southbound turnpike at Griffin. I'm Gia, and that's traffic on FM 1043 WEQAM, and always live on the free Odyssey app.
Chills. NBA on NBC tonight. I just put in a bet. 5 o'clock hour is the Funky Buddha happy hour. I just put in a money line parlay. Panthers to win, Kennesaw State to win, and the Thunder to win. 3-leg parlay for tonight. You're going to have to turn on your mic, or you're going to have to learn to turn on his mic. This is happening
turn on your own mics?
I turn on my own mic, yes.
Turn on yours, Solana?
Every time.
Well, guess I got to get with the program.
But also, you could notice pretty easily at the beginning of every segment if your mic's not on.
Yeah, but also, how many daggers do I have to send over to Jimmy?
He doesn't notice them, though. He doesn't notice them, though. It's funny. Everything is annoying me today. 5 o'clock hour is the Funky Buddha happy hour. The NBA on NBC, you just heard the theme there from John Tesh. So that's at 6:30 tonight. I just watched a promo on Twitter with Michael Jordan sitting down to do his segment, but they were asking current players, Victor Wembanyama and SGA, and they're asking them, what is your memory of the NBA on NBC? But nobody has one because it's from the 80s and 90s.
Wow.
So they're laughing. They're like, I don't know. I don't have one. And then, but you hear that the Chicago Bulls music playing in the background. It's pretty cool. Pretty cool. You don't have any memories of the NBA on NBC, I'm guessing.
Just that song, and there was a video game called NBA Jams that had the NBA on NBC rights, and that's how I know NBA on NBC. But I don't have vivid memories of waking up or turning on the TV to watch.
Yeah,
NBA on NBC.
I mean, it was great. Yeah. Ahmad Rashad always interviewing MJ before a game. So tonight at Funky Buddha in Oakland Park, the tap room, Florida Panthers watch party. The official Panthers watch party is tonight at Funky Buddha. So if you want to watch the return of Brad Marchand to Boston, you go watch tonight at Funky Buddha in Oakland Park. They'll have special guests, prizes. I mean, it is a party because it is the official Panthers watch party. So there's a place to watch tonight, Funky Buddha. So much is going on there. Thursday the 30th, we're going to watch Thursday night football there. Dolphins, Ravens. Possible that there will be 2 wins combined when both those teams face off on the 30th. Possible not, but possible that there is. But we are going to watch Thursday night football at Funky Buddha, and we want everyone to come out and watch with us. So make that part of your calendar planning for Thursday night football on the 30th. Me and Crowder, Jimmy, Josh Appel, and others, maybe even the Ticket Wizard, will stop on by. November 7th is Funky Buddha's next beer pairing dinner. Roasted butternut squash soup, grilled hanger steak with horseradish potato croquette, house-made smoked duck pastrami. Those are just some of the mouth-watering dishes on the 5-course beer pairing menu hosted by Chef Jeff at Funky Buddha. That starts at 7 p.m. November 7th. You need to get tickets in advance. You get the tickets at funkybuddha.com. One other thing. You want to watch the Dolphins-Falcons game Sunday, you can watch it at Funky Buddha. They do specials for all the Dolphins games. They have all the beers on tap, the $4 pregame Pilsner pours, food specials. But they have Eat Your Enemy, where Chef Jeff brings up popular dish from the opponent city. They're playing Atlanta.
Yep.
Chicken and waffles.
Gladys night.
There you go. I don't know. We kind of litigated that yesterday. Let's get headlines here for the 5 o'clock Funky Buddha happy hour with Alejandro Solana. Headlines brought to you by Doral Kia, home of the Pricito, our lowest price. Visit them at Doral Kia or DoralKia.com.
You guys excited about the NBA?
I actually am. I wish it wasn't happening on the night that the Panthers were playing the Bruins, because that's going to take my focus. But I am excited for the NBA.
The first 3 games, and then we wait till after Christmas. Let's be honest.
Pretty much.
It's weird because Oklahoma City won the title last year. They had the MVP. They had the finals MVP. They had one of the greatest regular season runs ever. And I feel like nobody really cares about the Oklahoma City Thunder.
I'm more interested in seeing Houston than OKC, if that's what you're asking me.
It is. There is a changing of the guard right now in the NBA.
Yes.
So we got to get used to these new all-stars.
Yep.
The changing of the guard is that the best players in the league are no longer American. That's the changing of the guard. Every MVP over the past 5 years has been from outside of the United States. SGA from Canada, Joker from Europe. Like that's the changing of the guard.
SGA is a brother. Canadian, but he's a brother.
Canadian brother.
Okay, I'm not saying he's not black. I'm telling you he's not from the U.S.
Right.
When you say foreign, I think of Yugoslavia.
But when I think of changing of the guard, like I don't know that ever popped into my head that they're non-American superstars.
It's Steph's old, Katie's old, LeBron's old.
Well,
that's what I was talking about. Like this new wave.
But that's what I mean. I mean, you're seeing a much bigger influence of superstars who aren't from the U.S.
Right.
anymore.
No. I'm not scared of foreigners the way you are. It doesn't bother me.
I'm not telling you.
Because he gets sick every time he goes overseas.
We're constantly talking about the face of the league. Who's the next face of the league?
I know you want them
LeBron
out.
James.
I know you want them out.
Okay.
Build the wall, but it doesn't, doesn't affect me.
Okay, that's your NBA season preview, ladies and gentlemen.
Foreigners. What?
You got to get used to all these foreigners taking our superstar roles. What? I thought I wandered into the Radio Libre studios for a second.
That was a weird take, Solana.
It's not a weird take at all. I mean, I don't think there's a changing of the guard. You still seeing
the guys we're used to are getting old.
No, I know what he's saying. You and I are just saying the names, but he's saying there is an actual changing of the guard, which is the European players are much more prevalent in superstar roles,
correct,
than we've ever seen before. I get it. I hadn't thought of that, but I know that's been talked about before.
Well, yeah, I'm bringing it up to you right now.
No, I understand. It just they don't scare me the way they.
Wemby. Yeah, but Luca. It is a lot. Yeah, the foreigners
there's
are taking
a
over.
lot.
Yeah.
Look at
they're taking over.
Look, right. We got to tariff them. No, but look at the Heat's draft picks. When I was reading you that Heat recap, right? It was Nikola Jovic, Kasparis Yakuchonis. Where's he from?
Kasparis Yakuchonis, Slovenia or Lithuania?
One of those.
Lithuania.
Who else is it?
The Heat's
because Joker.
No.
Oh, you're talking about just
Jokic.
Yeah, I'm just saying, like the Heat.
No.
I don't know how I got in this conversation, but he's correct. But again, it doesn't. I understand he wants them out.
And where's Triple J from?
Well, he's
California.
Mexican American.
He's Mexican American.
Mexican American. This has been a very weird start to the 5 o'clock.
Bam's Ghanaian.
He's what?
From Ghana.
Bam?
I don't know.
Yeah, he's not. What are you talking about?
No, I don't think that's.
And that would be Ghanan.
Norman Powell is.
He's Canadian.
Egyptian.
Bam's family is from Nigeria, not from Ghana.
Told you. I knew it was somewhere.
Yeah. But he was born.
Adebayo. I went with Adebayo is not an American name.
I thought it was out the bayou. I heard Kendrick Perkins.
Louisiana.
All right, let me try something else. How about the Florida Panthers? What do you guys think about the Florida Panthers?
A lot of foreigners on
Boston?
that team. I'm going to tell you right now that Dmitry Kulikov.
Gracious.
I want to check everyone's papers. Jimmy, call the Dolphins. See where Darren Waller's from.
The Sergei Bobrovsky isn't from Tennessee.
I'm on it. He's good.
He's good.
Baseball, we've got the Blue Jays, so scratch that out. And FIU, Kennesaw State tonight, fellas. FIU, Kennesaw State.
All right, all right.
America. Mm-hmm.
Don't even get me started on MLS playoffs because look out.
I'm being told that every member of the Panthers is showing up to the game in American Eagle jeans in honor of Sidney Sweeney.
Oh, funny.
I'm for that.
All right. So World Series start on Friday.
All right.
Inter Miami plays game 1, first round of the MLS playoffs. They have home field advantage, best of 3 against Nashville. They're 2-0 against Nashville. That's Friday. You got the Heat tomorrow. They're playing against the Orlando Magic. I just saw a tweet from, I don't know if it was Anthony Chang or Barry Jackson, but it looks like Kel'el Ware is questionable for this game. Looks like he rolled his ankle or sprained his ankle today at Heat practice. So Kel'el Ware is questionable for tomorrow's opener, and Tyler is out. We know that. Kaspars Jakučionis from Lithuania, he's out for tomorrow's game as well.
I know who Solana was rooting for in the Ryder Cup. Holy mackerel. Ready to... Heads were going to roll.
NBA tonight, OKC versus Houston. OKC is going to lift up their first ever banner with Kevin Durant in attendance.
That's hard
to witness that.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah. They're going to show him 100 times.
100 times. By the way, this is funny to me. I happen to see this on Front Office Sports because we went through something like this. After falling to 1-5, the Baltimore Ravens have removed the players' ping pong table, video game consoles, basketball hoop, and cornhole boards from the locker room.
I said it when the Dolphins did it. I'll say it again. This is the goofiest thing a NFL team can do.
All right. Anything else, Solana?
You think Derrick Henry fumbles because he's playing too much ping pong?
Well,
it's crazy.
They're not winning for some reason.
Yeah. Game console.
Possible.
Or Lamar Jackson's been out for the past 4 games.
They stunk with him too, though.
We're talking football.
All right, your weather right now in South Florida, partly cloudy. Tonight, the lows are going to drop into the mid-70s. It's sponsored by Chill Zone AC, featuring reliable Root AC systems. Make your AC great again.
Yeah, you love that.
Visit chillzoneac.com.
That's a company.
This is interesting. I just saw a press release. Odyssey, and that's our parent company, and Cumulus Media have announced the merger of Infinity Sports Network and BetMGM Network into a singular network beginning Monday, December 29th. The announcement comes along with an extension to the partnership between Odyssey and Cumulus Media's Westwood One. According to the release, the new network on December 29th will be called Westwood One Sports. That's interesting to me. So does that mean Zach Gelb joins us from Westwood One Sports?
Are they changing the name?
Well, I literally just read it to you.
I'm so lost.
No, I mean, I heard that Infinity Sports and BetMGM Sports are going to merge together. I didn't hear that they're changing the name to...
He said they're changing the name.
But I literally just read that. How'd you not hear that? That was the second sentence.
I kind of tuned you guys out after.
All right, Josh
8
Appel.
minutes.
Josh Appel is going to join us. Josh Appel is going to join us. Talk Dolphins in the next segment.
What's the name of the company?
And the name of the company is GoToHell.com, and that's who you work for from now on.
Huh, catchy. Make the year 2025.
You want to know if they're American company? Is that what you want to know, Solana?
Oh, need a tariff. Make this year you finally get that Cadillac that you've always wanted.
What the hell happened there?
I see y'all staring at my beautiful Cadillac. I see y'all looking at your neighbors. Listen, go get yours, and it's going to be easy at Edmore Sawgrass Cadillac during the Road Ahead sales event. That means you get savings on all these beautiful Cadillacs on the lot. I was over there the other day. Oh, my gosh. They got some beautiful cars right now. And you can get behind the wheel of one of those beautiful 2024 Cadillac Lyrics or XT4s you choose for only $319 a month. Or imagine how much you will be saving on select model of 2024 Cadillacs with just 3.9% financing. And my man Teddy Moores, my man Chris Atkins, the GM, they're going to throw in a $1,000 purchase allowance just because they love their customers. Make 2025 the year you get that Cadillac. You're driving to the game, going to the grocery store, picking up the kid, got a hot date. you'll be riding in style everywhere with a Lyrics or XT4 for only $319 a month. You choose, or financial low at 3.9% and $1,000 in purchase allowance. Get ready for the road ahead at Edmore Sawgrass Cadillac. And I always tell y'all, from your trade-in to your purchase to your lease, once you get the car to service department, it is amazing. It feels great to be backed by Moores.
This is Hoch, Crowder, and Solana.
You're not going to learn anything about sports on this show. I'm sorry, you're not. But I know McDonald's.